What is up, guys? Good morning. Empty gym in here this morning, but tune into this episode. I sit down with Cesar Medina, a 24-year-old real estate agent from Grand Rapids, Michigan. And we haven't seen each other in a while, so it was kind of just us catching up. But towards the end of the video, you might get some helpful tips about getting into the real estate industry. And yeah, so I hope you enjoy this episode. See you guys on the next one. Peace. Just like that, bro. It's recording.
All right, what's up?
What's up, man? It's Cesar.
Yes, sir.
It's been a long time, bro.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a minute.
Connected. I know, bro. Last time I was there, you actually, how did you know I was in town? You hit me up and you, like, it was weird because you hit me up like the day I was in town. That was like last weekend.
I don't even know. I think probably just seen you post.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
maybe I've been stalking you. I don't know.
What was I there for? Oh, me and my brothers had went up for a little snowboarding trip.
Oh, okay.
And to visit with my girl's family. So everything was jam-packed. Yeah. I wish I could have like found time to see the homies.
But yeah, no, they're good.
You know how shit is, bro. But I see you've been making moves, bro, especially on Facebook. You love to stir the pot on Facebook.
No, yeah, dude, it's because it's a good place for engagement, man. Honestly, I mean, Facebook is one of the, like, biggest... Okay, so Facebook, a lot of us see as a social media platform, but it really is one of the biggest marketing platforms that exist. Now, I'm not saying I stir stuff up just to get a marketing. No. Sometimes I'm just sharing an opinion, and for whatever reason, a lot of people just don't like it, which, I mean, that's what opinions are. Like, not everyone's going to have the same. I wouldn't say opinions are, like, invalid, but I think some people's opinions are stupid, but I wouldn't say invalid.
Of course. What is the post? You did something. I was like scrolling through Facebook, but today it was. What was it today? Today it was like a Trump thing. You said something about
Trump thing. No, because he's stupid. I don't know if you voted for him or anything, but he's legitimately stupid.
What does he have you tweaking about?
Almost everything, dude. So he signed over 400 executive orders. He pardoned. So the people who stormed the Capitol January 6th, he pardoned them all, which they're literally domestic terrorists, which I don't understand. Why would you pardon literal terrorists? But he pardoned them. And that's one of the things. And then he also ended... Well, he wants to end, because it's going to get sued, but he wants to end the 1968, I think, or 64, like, Discrimination Act. Basically stops the federal government and private sectors, like companies, from being like, hey, you know, you're as qualified as this person, but because you're not white, we don't want you. And they can do it. So that law was put in place. It was actually a series on his website. They have a series of the things that they got rid of. And that's basically one of them. If you're a woman, literally, like, so a woman who voted for Trump, I'm like, hopefully it happens where it happens to you, where you're at a job place and they're like, you know what? We don't want you. We actually want that dude instead. Because, like,
so what is that? What does that mean? It says that you can, like, be discriminative over the, like, racial stuff,
race, sex, origin, marital status, the protected classes that are under that act.
Dang, that's
so he wants to get rid of it. Now it's gonna get sued, obviously, because it's a lot of his executive orders. I mean, some of them are just like dumb, like the Gulf of Mexico changing it to the Gulf of America. Which, I mean, sure, but it's been the Gulf of Mexico since 1629, before America even existed.
Right.
It was called the Gulf of Mexico because the Spanish went and they were in Florida. Well, at the time it wasn't Florida yet, but it was like called, like, I forget what it was called. Something with Spain. And Mexico didn't exist as a country, but it was you know, obviously there, the land. And Mexico comes from like a Aztec language. Anyways, the Spanish decided to name it the Gulf of Mexico because it's a gulf, right? Like a bunch of water next to Mexico.
Next to Mexico. They called it
because America wasn't a thing yet.
Okay.
America, because it was all divided, it was like owned by the French, the Spanish, and you had some like the English also, like in the colonies and stuff. but like America wasn't a thing yet. Anyways, he wants to change it. It's recognized by international like committees and stuff as the Gulf of Mexico. Like he has to appeal it to them. Again, that's not even that big of an issue. The bigger issue is like the discriminatory thing.
The Gulf of America does sound good.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess, but it's not really the Gulf of America because the majority of it is in Mexico anyways.
It's in Mexico, right.
The one that has most of it would be Florida. It's the one that has most of the coastal line next to it. But again, it's recognized by the UN and other committees as the Gulf of Mexico. Like you have to take it up to them now.
Mm-hmm.
And then he also did an executive order leaving WHO, which is the World Health Organization.
Whoop? What is it? Whoop?
WHO. No, WHO.
WHO.
Yeah. And yeah,
World Health Organization.
Yeah, he wants to. He's pleading to get out of it, saying America doesn't need to be part of it. They did a horrible job managing the pandemic that happened when it happened. When WHO got started, America was one of the proponents for it. And he wants to leave it because he's like, oh, they did a bad job. And he doesn't really say what they did a bad job, really. Like, if you see any of the executive orders, they don't really go in detail. They'll just be like, we believe X, or it's not doing X, or it's doing a bad job. But they never go into detail. They haven't gone into detail. And some of the times they'll be like, oh, this has legal basis. But they won't describe what. Like, I don't even, like, there's, like, one other, like, when he pardoned one of the guys, a reporter asked him, like, oh, did you know that one of the guys, like, he killed an actual policeman? Because he asked Trump, don't you, like, back the police officer, right? Like, back the blue. And Trump was like, yeah. And he's like, you know, one of the guys killed an American police officer. He's like, oh, I didn't know that. We'll look into it. Like, damn. He pardoned him without knowing that one of the guys they went in there to Capitol and killed police.
Damn.
Like, anyways, I just be going on Facebook and seeing it, but some people be so, like, some of the people who be supporting him, I'm like, do you have like an ounce of some understanding of like what you voted in? Like, I remember before some people were like, oh, he's not going to do what he says. It's like, why would you? Like, that's not a valid reason. That's not a good reason to vote or not vote for someone. Oh, he's not going to do what he says. Like, oh, but I'm like, okay, but now he's starting to do a lot of the things that he said he was going to do.
Right. He might do some of those other things too.
Yeah, like one of the other things is immigration. He said, "Oh, I want people to be here legally, get here legally," and yet he removed a way for people to get here legally who had legal appointments to get citizenship. But now he's like, "No, you can't do it." So there's like a program that if you cross the border due to like violence or things of that nature, you had to be qualified anyways. It wasn't just everybody in the mama was getting the citizenship. That's like a misrepresentation of what the program actually was. You applied, and then we set up an appointment to rather not verify if you were actually like legitimately in America because of because of violence or something like that, or like your country completely fell apart or something like that. And he got rid of it. He's like, no, canceled all those appointments. And all those people who are going to have legal a way to get into the country legally are not. So clearly, it isn't about legal. Like it's just like a talking point he uses. Those for people that are already here. Those are people that are like looking to come. No, they applied. No, they applied to come here. Like, so they did like the right way. Technically, the right way. But even then, he was like, nah, and stopped all of it. Canceled the entire program.
Dang. That sounds pretty jacked up. And if I'm being completely honest, like I really don't know too much about all the political stuff. So I like when people like you kind of fill me in on some of the details.
You're probably, if you ask some people, they're probably going to tell you, oh, he's wrong. He don't understand it. No, I need you to literally go look up the whitehouse.gov and just read the stuff that he says. It's literally all right there.
Okay.
And then if you look up the programs he's canceling or the stuff he's like, the laws he's trying to supersede. Like, for example, the discrimination one, literally go to the Constitution. It's literally against the 14th Amendment to discriminate. And then also the one about he also wants to remove birthright citizenship. That's against the Constitution also. Like literally.
That's kind of what you were mentioning on your
that I mentioned too, yeah. Birthright, for example, it applies to me. Now that specific thing, it's only for babies who were born 30 days after he got inaugurated. But I still think it's unfair because that's how I got the ability to be a U.S. citizen. And these babies, they're not here by their own choice. They didn't choose to be born. That's the thing. And even if someone is like, oh, the parents should be here legally, that's illogical to even, that's like a fallacy of origination. That doesn't matter if they were here. The problem is the babies did not choose to be born.
Right. Or the location at which they were born at.
Exactly. Babies don't choose where they were born. Kids don't choose what countries they go to. Usually parents or guardians.
So they kick out the mom and dad, or is just the baby?
So they would kick the parents out, and then the kids, well, where would they go to? How kicked out to where? They don't belong to any other country. Unless their parents had a country like has dual citizenship. Like let's say they went to Canada. Canada has dual citizenship. Let's say someone is Canadian and has a baby in America, and he deports them to Canada. Well, that baby, I'm guessing the government would be like, go to Canada. But if they're not actually citizens, then they would be immigrants, illegal immigrants to Canada.
Yeah, and kind of because I read your post and I read, like, I didn't really like get too far into it, but it did like have me thinking, like, so if that like strictly applies to you who was born in America and they're going to try to deport you, but you were born in America, where else? Like
where are you going to go? That's the thing. Where are you going to, like, are you going to send me to the Gulf of America? Like, is that where I'm going to?
Or you have to apply for citizenship in like
somewhere else,
like a Mexico or Spain or Canada.
Again, why do those other countries have to give it to me?
Right, and they can deny your citizenship, and then
So what do I do? They'd be like, oh, that's not a problem.
What would you do? Just sail the ocean?
I don't know. What would I do? What would all those people do?
Like just sail? Like I don't. Like,
I guess just sail the ocean. Just go around like nomads. Just go around and travel the world, I guess.
Yeah, take on 6-month visas in every country, 6 months at a time.
Well, now a lot of countries don't even operate that way. And then one of the things that's not even true. He said, oh, other countries don't do this. He's a dumbass because majority of first world nations literally have birthright citizenship. Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, France, England, Germany, all these countries have birthright citizenship. He's just a dumbass. Like, literally. Like, he doesn't understand what he's signing. And, like, I get it. Like, honestly, I'm not too upset at him because
I'm sure a lot of his ideas are from, like, his party.
The other people, the other people.
There's probably, like, hundreds of people throwing these things at him, and he's like...
He's just signing away.
Yeah, like, that sounds good. I like that idea, you know. Again, I'm not too adverse in the government political aspect.
I've seen, like, they live stream him doing it. And they're just telling him, Mr. Trump or Mr. President, this is just for this. And he'd be like, oh, okay. And just signs. Like, I think the guy's just mentally incapable. First of all, being in position of power, but whatever. I don't know why they have old people being in positions of power anymore.
That is true. That is true.
People, like, literally past the age of, like, 60, 70, your brain cannot think sharp. So, like, why are they having people, like, I don't know why it's still a thing. Like, why it's allowed.
You lose cognitive. I think it's like after like 65 or something. Yeah,
it starts to decline. And especially those people who drank or used a lot of drugs, didn't sleep properly. Like, there's so many factors that have to do with, cognitive ability. But someone that, should not be in positions of power that could literally kill people or, ruin people's lives.
So
I don't think so.
Which is, now that you got me thinking, because if you date back to like the founders of the Constitution, these motherfuckers are like 19, 21 years old. They weren't old at all.
Yeah, and that's like you see some paintings that would be old. They're not old. They was not old.
I guess I'm trying to think of like the process. I guess as they were getting older, they were like, we want to remain in power, so the young guys can't do it. Like, you have to be 60. Like, say I'm 60 and I want to be in power. I'm going to make the rule you have to be 60 now to try to take my spot.
But there isn't any. The only rule that exists is about president. You have to be like 36
to run for president.
Yeah, you have to be 36 to run for
That's
president.
it. I thought it was older than that.
So
how come we don't see more 40-year-olds running for president?
No, usually they're older because they have more money. Usually the person who wins a presidential election is who had more donations and money go to their side. Trump had more donations than Kamala did. I mean, she had a lot of donations too and stuff, but he clearly had more positions of financial influence. That's a lot of it. And his marketing was a lot more involved than hers was, because she also started late though. She literally started like, I think it was July, August, and he had like all these years again. So obviously, when I seen that Joe Biden dropped out and she like went to like run against him, I was like, oh, she's gonna lose, simply for the fact that he's had more time. And also, you have a bunch of dumbass haters who think, oh, they probably see themselves in them, who be like, oh, this guy's gonna make me rich. He's like, well, unless you're his friend or have direct correlations to these companies that he's benefiting, you're not gonna get richer. Like, I don't know. Like, I honestly, I ain't gonna lie. I think there should be like law.
I didn't mean to get you fired up on this topic, bro. I was just curious about your Facebook post.
No, because it gets me irritated, man.
I can see that.
Okay, like real quick, so we actually can talk about like the other stuff we were supposed to. I think there should be a law saying that not anyone should have that people shouldn't just be able to vote. I think you have to get tested mentally and also like on a, do you understand basic principles of economy, politics, about like laws and stuff? Do you understand at least at a basic level, whatever that may be? Now I understand some people might be like, oh, that can be like construed, or it can make certain people not be able to. I'm like, well, a lot of these people who are like, we should only hire people based on the merit. This would also be, you can only vote based on your merit. So like, why is it double standard? If someone has that argument, I'm like, so you want to get rid of things that, first of all, are in the Constitution, but like if I like, because a lot of not a lot. Obviously, there's a group of Trump supporters who don't have a lot of like who live in rural areas who are like poor, like certain, like I have more money than them. Right, like they're like generally like GDP, they're like way less GDP than even like
legit poverty in Louisiana,
and they vote for him,
Arkansas.
And it's like, no, I don't think you should be able to vote because you're a dumbass. You should be able to pass a test. If you can't read, I'm like, if you can't read properly, how can you even, like, why are you voting for someone? Like, I think there should be like a level of some like IQ attached to voting.
18 to vote, right?
Yeah. So
you're saying that there's some 18-year-olds out there that legit can't read?
Hell no, probably isn't. Even if they can read, they don't understand what they're reading.
Right. And on the ballot, it's not like it says name and it lists out all the things that they're going to do.
It just has name. And then you can check it or you can write it in.
Yeah, it's just
But I think there should be a criteria of who is allowed to vote. Because clearly, and also who's allowed to be president. Because this guy is the first felon president in the history of America. Which is crazy. He's a convicted, not just like conspiracy, convicted fraudster. He frauded the IRS. He's a convicted rapist. He's a convicted he did embezzlement, I think it was. Like, the man is literally had 34 counts against him. He is a convicted felon in charge of the government. Like, I think that why is a felon, like, felons can't vote but they can run. That makes no sense.
True. And if you're a felon and you get into presidency, you can pardon yourself.
Probably. I don't know how that, if that's the case, he's probably going to pardon himself.
Right.
He already pardoned like domestic terrorists who supported him. What's going to stop, I guess, what will stop him from pardoning himself?
Again,
anyways, I mean, it is part of the business, because now as businesses, how do we function and manage when we have a freaking tyrannical leader? Like, I don't know if it's going to be 1942 Germany again. I hope not, but a lot of his supporters have Nazi ideologies, like straight up. And I don't know, like Elon, you seen the thing about Elon when he went like this? I'm not trying to do it, but like, you know how he did it? And he said, look, here's the thing. Some people will be like, that's not the Nazi salute. I'm like, you're literally a dumbass, because it is. Like, watch videos of Hitler. Like, I've seen Hitler's speeches. Again, people, we're not trying to say we're not. Yeah, again, people, we're not saying that we're Nazis. We're just showing you. If you literally watch videos of Hitler's speeches, which I have seen mostly all of them, they're in German. I don't understand it, but I've seen them. They would go hit in the chest first to show like nationality and pride, and then they would do the salute. Yeah, the salute. Elon also, his grandparents were known Nazi supporters, so it's not unreasonable to assume that he might have some Nazi ideology also, because his family had some history. Because he saw, first of all, why is a non-American even in a position of power? He's from South Africa. He's not even from America.
Hold on, you don't fuck with Elon?
Well, not as a freaking political leader.
True, in charge of Doge.
Yeah, like what does he know about running a government? He can run a company, but a company and a government are not the exact same. They run completely different.
Yeah, I don't know his involvement. I think it's like more of just like the economic side of the government.
But still, he's not qualified to be there. I mean,
he's pretty successful in business.
Business doesn't mean economy. Economy is economy is a study of human decisions. Money is part of economy, but in itself, money is not economy. If you look at the definition of economy, it's not money. It's the decision of humans, like how to make decisions.
All right.
Immigration is part of the economy. So when he mentions immigration economy, that is a thing. So some people are like, that's not economy. Well, that would be economy. Money and how it's used. Civil rights is part of the economy. These issues are the economy, but a lot of people, I think that economy just means money when it doesn't.
Dang, bro. Well,
yeah.
I didn't mean to come in all hot.
That was a 30-minute tangent.
Yeah, that boy feels some type of way about that. And just for people listening, you live in Michigan. You're from Michigan.
Yeah.
You've been in Michigan your whole life?
Born and raised, boy. Born and raised.
Stamp it on them.
I gotta admit, I was born downtown GR too. So like I wasn't. I'm here.
Huh? Is it like the state of Michigan? Is that generally like blue or red?
Democratic.
State?
Right now it's Democratic. So they're trying to. They already sued Trump for a lot of the stuff he said.
So the whole state of Michigan went blue this year.
Depends where.
I feel like West Michigan GR area.
Kent County,
a bunch of red.
Kent County and Detroit was blue, but everywhere else was red. Legit. When it came to the presidential elections, Kent County was blue, Detroit was red. Like Wayne County was blue, and Detroit and Grand Rapids was blue, but every other county was red. But if you look at the GDP and education and how much like overall economic growth there is, Grand Rapids, Detroit have the most. So there must be some type of correlation between understanding concepts and like who you vote for.
Right. And like now you said that, like think about it. The average person that works a full-time job, has kids and shit, when do they find the time to do their own research on political beliefs and to fact check information that these candidates and these presidents?
I guess it depends. It depends where they're at.
Don't. You get it from the news, and the news is usually bullshit.
Not. I mean, I hope not. I hope you don't get it from the news.
Definitely the age demographic from like 40 to 70.
Probably news.
They're still checking in on the news, CNN, trying to see what they're getting because they don't have the time to look on X or Facebook and search through hundreds of posts to get like the real information.
Yeah.
So maybe that could be a little bit of it too.
Potentially. Again, I don't know the correlation between it, but there has to be some because if you look at the recent presidential election, the counties and the areas that had the most money and the most degrees
in Michigan, you're talking about.
Or no, all of America, not just Michigan.
Gotcha.
Were blue. Now, I'm not saying Democrats are quote-unquote smarter. I'm just saying for this specific election, it seems that a lot of the people who had lower economic growth voted for the Republican side. Which I don't know why. Now, I know some people
maybe they see it as like a sign of hope. Like, dang, the last 4 years, bro, it's been hard for me financially.
I mean, it's going to be harder, though, because like, if your dumbass would have researched, you would have known that if you're a farmer, farmers had to be bailed out because of how Trump was ruining the agricultural growth in America. They literally had to be bailed out by the government because they were losing so much money.
Farmers,
yeah, a lot of people who voted for him, and a lot of them voted again.
Which is crazy to believe, bro, because the price of eggs just keep going up and up.
Yeah, because agriculture was when Trump was in there, he actually helped like ruin agriculture in America, because a lot of agriculture in America, yeah, it happens here, but there's also foreign, like his his idea of America first, it's stupid. This is not 1850. We are in a international trade era. Ever since the Industrial Revolution, and technology has advanced and everything, the countries that prosper the best are countries that work with other countries, not with just what they have. This is like he's trying to like isolate America and make it only specific, like America only, America only. Like they literally like his Trump companies didn't even hire only Americans, because at a business level he understood you can't just do that, because that doesn't make you like you can lose talent and lose money by just being America only. He has international trade in his own companies, but as a country he wants to make like, oh, that's not going to be.
I did see something about that. He's going to raise the tariff taxes from these other countries, and
and who's going to pay that? Us,
like the free helping hand to all these.
Yeah, and the people who are going to pay that are the consumers, which is going to be us, you and me. And the price of eggs haven't gone down for those of you who voted because you said he wanted the eggs to be down. They haven't gone down.
Eggs, the price of I just picked up some eggs the other day. Then again, I will say in my defense, I do like kind of bougie on my food.
Okay, let's just say you pick the very minimum. The price of the egg is still, I think it's at about, you gotta double check for me. I mean, fact check for me after if you need to. I think it's still 15 cents a piece, like a piece of egg.
One single egg.
Yeah, I think it's still at 15 cents. I might be off. Well, we should probably look at it exactly. What is the price of one egg?
I just bought some eggs the other day, and they were they're like pasture-raised organic eggs, and they were like, I want to say it was like $5-6 for 12 eggs, a dozen.
Okay, so let's say those are bougie eggs. Let's say the non-bougie eggs.
Oh, I just I'm trying to eat organic and healthy,
Yeah, let's just say the non-bougie. Let's say the non-bougie. We're gonna use the basic. We're gonna use the basic minimum requirements.
Pack, grade A. Cardboard box.
Yeah, just the very basic eggs. The most basic eggs you can possibly get.
The shit I grew up on, probably.
Yeah, which is probably not good for us. Use of eggs per... I guess we'll look per ounce, because that's probably more accurate. So, the average price of the egg... So, according to the Federal Reserve... according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, this isn't just some random person on the internet. This is actually the government. The price of the egg, so a cost per a dozen in America was $4.14. The average price of grade A large eggs in America. Now, the highest has been 2022, but right now it's still really high.
I mean, $4 for... I guess it depends.
Again, this is the average. This includes organic, non-organic, cage-free, free-range, and traditional. So this is all the eggs combined.
Yeah. Which, I guess is not that bad, because honestly, like, for instance, right now, my girlfriend, she's out of town. She's actually in GR right now. And I've been, like, I'm a single man trying to cook for herself. Like, I can, like, eggs are like my meal throughout the week. So if I spend $4 and I can like eat one meal a day off of that, $4, it's really not that bad.
Yeah, but you're one single male.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
if I had like a family of like 4 kids and everybody's eating scrambled eggs for breakfast,
that's the problem.
That's a dozen eggs every day almost.
Yeah,
and a dozen eggs a day.
And like, what do you do for income? Like, you do video work, right?
Right.
That generally pays more than probably a factory job or a job at a store or a job at
True.
You probably get more on average than they do. So for you, it might be like, well, this is not that much. Like, yeah, for me, $4. Well, I don't eat eggs because like they make me sick.
You don't eat no eggs?
They make me sick. Like, I want to throw up when I eat them.
Really? Not even like scrambled with like ham and cheese and jalapeno?
Nah, they
and
give me a
bit
lot of nausea. Like, I can't eat eggs. Anyways, with $4 and a dozen eggs for me every day wouldn't even be nothing. I'd be like, oh, that's nothing to me.
Right, but Joe Smo working for the $8 an hour job, that's 30 minutes an hour. Like, he's literally, that's half an hour of his pay towards the egg.
Just on one, like, 12 eggs. Or milk.
Do you grocery shop for yourself?
Yeah.
Have you noticed that like prices do like, have like gone up? I remember like as a kid, everybody talks about like inflation and the inflation and the price of milk has gone up. And then as a 16-year-old kid, you're like, whatever, bro, like it's an extra dollar or whatever. But like I turned 30 next year. I can literally,
bro.
chill, man. But I can literally see like now that I've been like supporting myself for the last, I don't know, 5-6 years, like legitimately, like you can definitely like it definitely hits the wallet after a few,
No, it's worse if you, like I said, if you have kids, that'd be even worse.
I hope my kids are like you, don't eat eggs.
Yeah, snap! Don't eat eggs or milk. That like they have to restrict their diets. We're in rationing now.
Right. What was your like supplement for that? Because usually like eggs and like what waffles, like eggs, bacon, like you didn't substitute for that. I guess more bacon.
PB&J.
PB&J. Okay.
Straight up, PB&J got me through today.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm saying they got me through.
I used to love
eat it to this day.
I was gonna say same. I
still eat it. I ate it this morning, man.
Swear. You do peanut butter on one side, jelly on one side, and
no, I do peanut butter on both and jelly on both, and smack it together.
People are so different when it comes to their PB&J. There's so many different ways to do it.
I feel like spread it. I ain't talking like that. Spread the peanut butter. Then I put I like preserves. Like you want to have like the actual pieces of it, you know, of like the strawberries and stuff.
Yeah, the chunks. You're bougie.
There, slap that boy, and right there, that's like a good. Gets you going for a workout too. You know, gets you the carbs and you get some energy going to work out. And I work out like after, literally like 30 minutes after I start like lifting or whatever I have to do. If it's like sprint work, I wait at least like an hour because I'm not trying to throw it up. But if like lifting, half hour after, I'm hitting those weights.
That boy is pumping out. So you've been trying to focus more on like the fitness and health stuff?
I've been doing that since I was 17.
Okay. Oh, you like hitting the gym and stuff?
Mm-hmm. Since I was 17, I started.
I think I do remember. I think it was like one of the days we were like riding around town we were filming for something. I think it was like a wholesale deal or something. We like went down into that basement.
Yeah, and the ugly ass house that was burnt. Yeah.
And then we I think it was that day, like we were going to try to organize something at that gym where you play basketball at. So yeah, I guess you do.
And then we had the drone, right? You only used the drone.
Yeah.
You still have it or you got a new one?
I actually recently just got rid of it because they're coming out with the new DJI Mavic 4.
Yeah, so what happened to that when you sold it?
Yeah, I sold it. Obviously, like I'll buy something and I'll sell it before the value like drops too far.
That's even more, yeah.
And then get the new one, and which I already lost.
Tech.
Yeah, I definitely lost money on that drone for sure. But
I mean, on those items, you're gonna lose money every time.
I know, but at least it's better than
what they're made of.
Yeah, at least it's like better than nothing though. A lot of people like they'll hold on to it till death.
Well, even then, especially if you're in an industry where you're competing against technology itself, you have to constantly have good, like, high quality technology.
Right, and I don't know if you're familiar
and stuff.
With the drones, the DJIs, but like they're getting pretty good. Like those DJI Mini 4s and the Mini 3s, like those are solid now.
I seen the standard now is just 4K. I remember before they even had 1080, now it's gone.
Right, now it's 4K. Everything 4K.
I seen some are 8K. There was one, I think the DJI.
But yeah, they make 8K. It's like Inspire, like the Inspire, or like
forget which one it is, but
prize.
Yeah, I forget which one it is. I seen when it was 8K resolution. I was like, damn.
Yeah, they got 8K now. They got thermal. Like they got DJIs that have the built-in thermal. I think those are like government like police use. You have to like have like some type of certification to like fly around a thermal drone. I actually, before I left GR, I sold my DJI Air 2S for a guy that he does drone work for some local police department. And his job is literally to like sit in his little truck and like he'll get a call like, oh, somebody's speeding on this interstate. He puts the drone up, bro. And like this thing can see, like I forgot the range, but it's like some distance that he can zoom. Like optical zoom is like crazy where he's like zooming in on license plates while it's going down the road, bro. And he has a thermal on and like that's what his job was. And I sold him the drone. I didn't even know that was like a thing. They're like, I thought you have to be a police officer to do that. But no, you can just be a normal Joe Schmo that nerds out on drones.
Well, Stan, I got a good job. All you gotta do is sit there and chase people.
I know. You just sit there. You just make sure.
Yeah.
And obviously nowadays, they have the auto tracking, so you just draw your little AI box on it, and then the drone does the work for you.
Wait, I never seen you use that one. I only ever seen the other one you had.
I think because I just got a new one recently. I think it was after I left GR. It was a Mavic 3 Pro.
Still haven't bought a drone.
I just looked online that the new Mavic 4 Pro is coming out. But on it, like I said, the Mini 4, they have a Mini 4 Pro, bro. I would recommend, if you're going to start, definitely get that one. I think I was going to be my next one. Yeah, it's like $900.
4K, right?
4K, and it has the camera that's like most cameras are shooting all horizontal, right?
Yeah.
This camera has the vertical portrait mode where the camera physically turns and you only shoot 9x16, which is clutch for obviously everything social media content these days.
Yeah.
So I might have to look into that DJI Mini 4 Pro, and it's like a third of the cost of what I had. So
yeah, I was looking at also. Yeah, and I was also looking at getting the DJI Osmo 3, like that handheld video.
They're nice
like
now,
vlogging
bro.
and stuff. Yeah, I found like on eBay they're like $380.
Those things are nice. Is that the 360
No, it's 4K
one too?
Yeah, it goes 360. It goes vertical. It can go horizontal. It's 4K, and then it's handheld, like this big, like the size of like. Actually, let me show you for comparison.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and they make all. I hate to say this,
kind of like this size, size.
It's small. I hate to say this, but I think those DJI Osmos, that might be like a GoPro killer. Just like all
Maybe
the
DJI started. They want to go into that market, and
they did with the Osmo.
Yeah.
And just the way they do it, bro, with like the flip out screen and all the attachments that you can throw on it, like the easy mic and all that stuff. I don't know. GoPro needs to I'm surprised they're still. That's what I'm saying. It's been the same shit every single time. One camera. Obviously, they're changing focal lengths and frame rates and all that stuff, but usually, really, it's the same. Like I have a GoPro 11 right here, actually, that I was just using this weekend
for snowboarding, right?
Yeah, just trying to unload the footage. But like every GoPro is the same exact. It's just the single camera. Obviously, they have now where they have the lens where you can change the different lens, put the max lens mods and ND filters on and whatnot. But other than that, it's just been the same.
Yeah, DJI has I mean, GoPro's audience is specifically people who do action things. So I guess I also understand that, but
they have good branding too.
But DJI can offer you like what? Something similar at a lower cost, like eventually.
At a lower cost, and we have drones.
Yeah.
And we have gimbals.
Yeah,
they got gimbal, like DJI gimbals.
Yeah,
like,
the Ronin and all that.
There used to be like some competitors like the Xeon and the Weeble. Ain't nobody touching DJI gimbals anymore.
Yeah. DJI is like the prominent one now.
Yep, and Chinese-based company. I don't know if you saw, but like they actually were trying to make a deal. Our government was trying to make a deal where they weren't gonna sell DJI drones anymore to like recreational users.
No, I've seen it.
They actually went through with the ban to like government entities can no longer use DJI drones because of the possibility of like hacking for their information. So if you do like that guy that was doing that police work, I don't think he can use that drone anymore. Because
that's his problem. That's his problem.
I'm sure they figured out something else, but yeah, bro, technology is crazy. You fuck around with AI at all?
Heavy?
What kind of
Heavy.
I'm always curious to see like how people use different AI softwares. Obviously, me being in like the video and content creating space, there's some pretty good tools out there right now.
Yeah, so I use AI for editing. Like it'll do cuts for me. Like for my YouTube videos, I use AI to cut that. Now I still do majority of the editing myself.
Right.
But like, it'll do the cuts for me, so it saves me hours.
Yeah.
Now sometimes
removing like we're non-talking. Yeah, those filler words.
Like it still needs some improvement, but it definitely helps save me a lot of time. I use AI for real estate heavily. For posting content on Facebook, on YouTube. I use AI scheduling for that.
What platform does that? Does the posting on YouTube?
I use two of them, Social Bay and then Opus Clip. Opus Clip is for like the shorts.
Yeah, that's what I use to actually
Opus
cut
Clip.
these podcasts up.
Okay, I still use Premiere Pro and DaVinci. But like I have plugins in there that like will cut for me.
Dang.
And Auto Zoom.
Were you using DaVinci
No,
back when I was living in Grand Rapids? You were?
Been using it for a few years, yeah.
I recently just switched to DaVinci Resolve.
It's complicated at first.
In June, because when I started working with this company here in North Carolina, they like DaVinci is like their main software. So like I started to dabble with it, and I know we're talking about AI, and I get off these little side tangents, but like DaVinci Resolve is kind of nice once you figure it out.
No, it is. I'm telling you, bro, it is
clean.
Nice.
The biggest thing is I like the project management of it. Like you go to Premiere Pro, like just like the way like the project is just right there, and like if you have multiple projects with multiple like with one company, just like the management of the project is a lot easier on DaVinci Resolve.
Premiere Pro still doesn't have doesn't have power bins. That's the one thing that sucks about Premiere Pro is that if you want to have all your like SFX, VFX, and all that, you have to go in every single time and manually import. While DaVinci has the power bin, you can literally make a power bin and is there forever.
I know, and I just got put on the power bins not too long ago.
They're clutch.
And they are so clutch. Once you like know how to use them properly, because at first I was using them, I was just like, dude, this is just more folders and me to dig through. And, like my homie Sam taught me how to use it not too long ago.
It's a database. It's literally a whole database.
It's nice. Power bins, bro.
I'm saying I use them on DaVinci. So when I edit like social media videos on Premiere Pro, but like any commercial shoots or like films, like short films or anything that I'll do, it's all DaVinci. So my own stuff, I'll do Premiere.
Why is that? Why do you use two different ones?
Well, because it's way easier. It's it is like easier to manage my own workload on it.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like I know what I want, and like I'm not like I don't require like I don't care if I have like if Premiere Pro has some issue only importing it with like MP4 because it's going to social media anyways. But social media can still barely only handle 1080p. Like only really YouTube can do 4K and Instagram. Anyways, and even then, Instagram, the 4K is not really 4K. It's like 3K.
Right. I see what you're saying.
Like, DaVinci keeps all that tight. So, like, you have less encoding issues on DaVinci. You don't have to go to an external encoder to, like, do higher.
The media encoder. Which I thought that was clutch because you can send your exports to the media encoder, have that exporting while you still edit. Which I haven't found the solution for DaVinci yet. Like you can't export and work on a project at the same time.
Remind me to send you a video how to do it because you can.
Yeah, that'd be sick. It's probably the black. I had like the black magic something, but
we gotta make sure. But I don't remember exactly how to do it because I haven't. Me personally with DaVinci, I've never had to export while I'm editing because DaVinci is such a great software that it doesn't have issues with lag or any of that for me at least.
Yeah, it does spit out those the edit, like the export, pretty freaking quick.
So it is really fast. Like especially with your hardware. If your hardware can handle it, like dude, it can fly that boy through.
Yeah, it really does. I wish it had more AI integrations into DaVinci though.
Well, because DaVinci is also more for the commercial and industry, like film industry.
Yeah,
and in the film industry, a lot of editors hate digital anything.
Right.
So
your manual.
DaVinci understands that and you make it more manual. So DaVinci is more for people who really know how, or need specifically certain things on like color grading is going to be way better in DaVinci. Especially if you give the DaVinci control panel, like the actual, like, you know what I'm talking about? Like the panel has like the little balls and stuff.
It has, bro. I get excited because at first looking at it, you're like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Yeah.
And then you learn what these buttons do, and you start tweaking shit, and you're like, dang, I'm like really, like, I could really sauce this up right now.
Oh, yeah. So DaVinci is way better for, I would say, higher end media. Now, it's not as good as like, what was the other one? Avid, or I think what it's called. Like the ones they actually use, like filming at super high ends, like, because when you do editing on like film productions, they have multiple
Yeah, different teams
editing.
are touching the project.
Yeah.
Like
Like
we
the-
just like
the
usually
top
just have
projects?
one little job in this big project.
Yeah, but the big teams, like the highest, usually the highest ranking teams, like the first, like the actual head editor, a lot of them still don't use DaVinci. They use I think it's called Avid or something like that. Avid Media. I was reading about it in the editing book. They use different software, but DaVinci is still used by like B and C editing teams, like the ones that are right under them. Like editing certain parts, they'll still use DaVinci because DaVinci is great.
Yeah,
And
I'm
it's free.
actually, and it's there is a free version, but even the paid version, which I paid for, it was like a one-time fee of like
$195, right? $295, $195.
I want to say it was like $300, something around like $295. But that's a one-time fee. You're good forever. Free updates. I just updated my software today to 19.1.3, and Premiere Pro, bro, for the whole suite, I'm paying $600 a year every year. So that's a huge money saver for me switching to DaVinci.
And DaVinci, you don't even need to add plugins and integrations. You don't even need the paid version.
Right. Well,
like I haven't paid for it.
Yeah.
No, all of my everything I've done DaVinci has straight up been through the free version.
That's good, man. I'm happy.
And
I had to upgrade.
I haven't paid at all because you can manually import files like what is it called? XMF files. I forget what they're called. You can import extensions manually onto DaVinci. That way you don't got to pay for some of these things. Like there's some effects that on DaVinci, like this only the studio version has, like the one that's paid. But you can just import it. If you find a free file online, you can just import it directly. All you gotta do is export from the like extract it and import it into DaVinci onto its database, and then boom, it's on there. Now you don't have to pay.
Damn. Well, for anybody listening, like what software I should
easy. DaVinci, I would recommend, but it's a harder learning curve, straight up.
Yeah.
It's harder to understand and learn.
Yeah.
I would say
I
that.
agree. Even the words for like the same button is different from Premiere to DaVinci.
Way different. Yeah. And
like cut and blade. Like give me simple like cut, and then on DaVinci it's like blade. Like cut, blade.
Like, what does that mean?
What is blade?
Well, if you understand, like razor blade cuts. So like you can use keywords.
Right.
That's what I did when I first used DaVinci. I was like, yeah, what does blade mean? I was like, oh, razor blade. So like cut. Or like if you workspace, the workspace is a little bit different than it is on Premiere Pro, but like a toolkit. What do you think about toolkit? You think of multiple stuff. And so the workspace on DaVinci has multiple stuff. Like, just use some previous knowledge, and a lot of it they're very, very similar, both softwares.
Right. They're both going to cut and export a video for you.
Yeah, they're both going to. Yeah, both going to do it.
I was gonna say, are you familiar with CapCut?
Yeah, didn't they ban it too?
They did, bro. Was cut the shit out of it. Well, actually, it's back. It's actually back.
Oh, but if you deleted it though, right? You can't get it back.
That might be true.
I deleted it. No, I deleted my TikTok app, and not my account. It's out of the App Store.
Yeah. See, CapCut I can still access. TikTok
I still have it on my
cannot
computer.
access, but I can still post a TikTok through my computer.
Oh yeah,
if you
same.
go to TikTok on the website, you can still access the platform. You just can't get the app on your phone.
Yeah, that's what I do, because I deleted it because I thought it was gone, and then they're like,
I did too.
But like now it gets like a lot of videos get flagged easier. They changed it apparently.
Yeah, I don't know. I really never I was never a consumer on TikTok.
I spend about 30-40 minutes a day on it. I had like the TikTok timer. That's how much I would spend. I'm not like other TikTok people. Like some people on TikTok would spend like their days on there.
I've seen it. I know people that do it. Like they're addicted. They're addicted, bro. Any second, just a time where they're not thinking about something or they're not doing something. First thing they do is pull out the phone, and it's that, bro. You can tell this thumb in 10 years, people's thumbs are going to be so strong from swiping. We're going to have fucking...
You're going to have the gorilla in it.
Oh my God. We're going to look it's going to be deformed. Why is your pinky so small and your thumb is so big? Oh, it's because I don't use my other fingers for anything besides scrolling.
Scrolling and tapping.
Shit's crazy. But
but TikTok, I mean, yeah, CapCut, I still have it.
It's a good little tool to use for like certain things. Like I wouldn't edit like a whole video on there, but if I needed like some type of like animation, or it's really good for captions, like just something to add to it, I would tap into CapCut.
Like CapCut, I'll use if I'm editing. If I feel like just recording a video like on my phone, I'll edit it on CapCut.
Same, 100%.
Because I don't feel like importing it into my PC and then sitting there getting everything. Like I would just do it on my phone.
Yeah, the workflow of like having a camera, like obviously people. It's
a lot more stuff.
A lot of people, there is a lot of workflow. I feel like a lot of people don't understand. Like they think, oh, you get the camera,
point and shoot, and start recording.
Point and shoot, and then you put it down, and then you're editing on your computer.
I think people don't understand is your camera is not your brain. It does not see and process the same stuff as you do.
Right.
Like, you're like, I look good from this angle. The camera is not looking at the same way you are. The camera can only see whatever it's allowed to see. And that's based on the settings and the lens and the camera, that like the sensor and all that. Like your eyes can change constantly. Like at nighttime. Imagine if nighttime you saw grainy, bro, when you're walking. Like imagine.
All right. You got to bump up your ISO. Like,
you're like, what are you going to crank it up? Oh, wait. Let me crank it.
Hold on. Let me get some more light in here.
Or people don't think, like our eyes are amazing at like opening up and like, dilating and all that for light. Cameras don't do that automatically unless you have auto ISO. But even then, like it's all grainy. You're like, why does it look grainy when I saw it wasn't? Well, no shit, because like the camera lens is in your eyes, right? And it's not your brain.
Right. Yeah. It's a funny thing, but I think like people are getting more like understanding to like the workflow and the process and the importance.
Especially companies. And they didn't want to pay before. Remember we had like issues with that, like a lot of them with the reels, they didn't want to pay or they wanted to, oh my gosh.
Nowadays, bro, they're like they're looking for somebody to pay. Mm-hmm. They understand the importance of it. Even like in GR, like when I first started my little business in GR, like I was going into meetings all the time. The biggest thing was like trying to sell the value of doing video content. And nowadays, I really feel like this, like the conversation is a little bit differently. It's just more about like what content strategy are we going to take and how much is it going to cost me? It's
rather than pitching,
right.
Like, you need to film.
You're selling the whole idea, like, oh, like your clients, like you need to be. There's like this, like I forgot who said it, but like it's like a 7 touch points that like to make like a high ticket sale is like somebody needs to see you and connect with you at least 7 times before they're gonna do like a high ticket sale. For instance, like a house. Most of the time, you're not people buying a house. It's the biggest purchase, 300,000, 400,000. You're not gonna go with this guy that I'd seen and met for the first time. They're gonna go with Cesar because I seen him on Facebook. I seen him in person at the grocery store. I seen him on YouTube, and I see him with so and so. So like
that's like 5 points. That's 5 points in the context right there.
Exactly. And there's also another rule too. I just learned the other day. Damn, I need to start writing these names down so I can just give a little.
I think you're talking about Alex Hormozy. Is he the one who said a 7 point or no?
It could have been. They're all saying it, but this guy particularly, he was saying something new. It was like the 7-4-1 rule. It's like people need to spend like 7 hours with you on like 4 different types of platforms. I need to go back and rewatch it, but he was basically saying like stuff like we're doing right now is like we're building our own personal IP. It was like our intellectual property where somebody can literally sit down and like basically feel like they're knowing you and get a sense of time with you. And you want to get that up to like 7 hours, which me and you, we do the content shit. So like we probably have well over 7 hours of IP that people can go and get an understanding of like what kind of person you are.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, the danger of that though is that people online can lie about who they are simply for the sake of online. And you wouldn't know that unless you actually know them. Right.
And I think the whole emerging world of like video podcasts is like exposes all that, bro. Because like, I mean, you could sit here, we've been on here for an hour, but like if we were lying, we can't. How long are we gonna keep on lying to ourselves? Say we did it every other week for 2 hours, like people are gonna start to see the bullshit.
Some inconsistencies, unless you're a really good liar.
Right, you're just like that guy at lying.
You can be a really good liar and just keep it consistent every time.
Every single time. But you know how freaking tiring that must be? you're just waking up and you're like, freak, bro.
Unless you're on a mission.
Yeah, true.
Unless you're on a mission to lie away.
It's kind of like the fake it to make it kind of thing.
Yeah, some people, I don't, you know me, I was never that, never, like, nah. If I'm broke, I'm broke. Like, I ain't rich.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Or if I'm rich, if I'm like, I'm not going to act like, you know, I have more than I have. Like,
yeah, which a lot of people do to, like, impress. I'm sure there's a list of reasons, but this is not, even the fake it to make it thing, like, even like online, like I could easily make videos saying, oh, I helped 500 clients get 1,000 sales, click the link below and get my free course. Like, people who do that every single day.
I mean, saturation of it too.
Right. I just can't. I don't know, maybe because I just know a lot of people too, and I would hate for like you to call me and be like, bro, what is
like, I know damn well you're not doing that.
Yeah, right. And then, yeah, but there's people out there, bro. Those sharks are definitely out there.
Yeah. And some people fall for it, you know, unfortunately. Or even as agents, I'll see other agents be like, I helped X amount of people save X amount of money. And it's like, well, yes and no. The lender did it, really, not the agent.
Right.
I mean, the agent could bring up the things on the contract, but the actual paperwork, like the actual financials, would be the client themselves and then the lenders who you work with. So I guess in a way, they're not like lying, but they're also kind of exaggerating in a way.
Yeah. And for those people that do that, like, I would like go and see if you can find their 7 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't think about that.
Like, you see that guy, like, you go see, does he even have 7 hours? And if he does, like, what do those 7 hours look like?
And what is he talking about?
What is he talking about?
Like, it's just him in his car. Hey, guys, so today the rates will be going down.
Yeah.
Like, I see a lot of those from other agents. Like, bro, ain't nobody want to sit there and watch that shit.
Right.
Like, you got to make it entertaining.
Yeah. Now that everybody's doing it.
Like, I see some other realtors do it, and I'm like, man, they can do it. I have no problem with competition. I love it.
Right.
Because I know damn well, man, like, I'll see someone be like, hey, guys, so today the rates, I'm like, bro, I know damn well someone clicks on my video, they're going to sit there and be like, yeah, this is more entertaining than what I just saw over there. The colors look better, the voice sounds better, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Especially in the real estate game, it's like,
yeah,
it is a competition. Like, everybody's like starting to like dive into it now.
Yeah, a lot of them, and I've gotten a few messages asking me like, oh, how do I do certain things, or how does it work? I'm like, I tell them, oh, I can help you, but like, pay me to like do the stuff for you. I'm not gonna teach you how to do it. I mean, if I'm gonna teach you how to do it, I also charge something else, because like otherwise I'm giving away free game.
Right. Yeah.
Specifically, when these people wouldn't do it for me, probably.
Right.
If I were to ask, they probably wouldn't help me.
Yeah, charge them like a consulting fee.
Hell yeah, I need
$200 an hour or something. And I'll literally sit through with you how to create an Instagram account, how to get your phone and get your settings right on your phone, bullshit like that. Which I need to probably explore a little bit more too, because I guess I was on the opposites guy. I was just like putting out free game, like like just telling. Because when it all comes down to it, you just put the time.
When you're first starting, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, when we were first starting to do that approach, it's not a bad idea. Right. But once you're established more and you've already gotten some clients, or you've done it for yourself and you have results on social media and stuff, you can use that as a justifier for asking for compensation. Because I know how it works somewhat.
Right. Like, and I'm active. So like that was like old. That was old. Nowadays, it's definitely like, all right, we need to work out some type of fee schedule here for this, because I mean, if you can't do it on your own with these free tools, and like, you're definitely gonna need some paid help. Yeah, but some people just don't want to make the time, or just cannot understand simply what it is, that how camera works and all this other stuff. Yeah, I actually had a right before I left GR, I had a meeting with the realtor. I won't say her name or what company she worked for. I don't think you know her either. But like, we had a meeting where I like sat through. Say it after. You really don't know. You might. I know a lot of them. Yeah, we'll talk about it after. But like, I basically broke down like the content strategy, and I got to the price at the end, and she just didn't see the value in the $2,000 that like what I was asking for to do all these things. Fast forward now, it's been like what 2 years later, bro. Content's still the same, got zero traction. Her competitors are actually like starting to overlap her now.
Yeah.
Just the cherry on top is like they always come back asking like, hey, can we revisit the meeting and do all that stuff? And I'm like, yeah, but like that was 2 years ago. That number is not the same that it is today.
It's gonna go up now.
The tactics are different too.
Yeah. Constantly, social media, because algorithms constantly change because they're constantly updating them.
Constantly changing. And I guess you could probably relate on this, but like it's getting less cinematic and less filmmaking. It's getting more like iPhone and fucking
personal,
meme.
Meme stuff.
Bro, just dumb skits. Like these people are getting rich off of these dumb 4-second video skits, bro.
Which I mean, I think I'm gonna start going into real estate skits. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, you have to. I don't know.
Are they going to take you serious like after that? Like that? Like, dang, I just seen Cesar
probably
shaking his butt.
I wouldn't do that.
I'm just example.
I'll get someone else who you want to look at do that.
Right.
But like,
the game is just changing.
I think people still. I think a lot of people still would. I wouldn't say all. I think there might be some who are off put by that, and that's fine. You're gonna get off put people regardless of what you do. Yeah,
very true.
You can do things very structurally traditional, whatever that means, and some people still might have problems with that. You know.
And I guess I'm just being a hater. I guess if I was the one making the 4-second video of like.
It's not a hater. It's not a hater. I mean, you have a valid reason to question it. I wouldn't say it's hating. I mean, hating would just be like, oh, that person just straight up sucks.
Right. Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like, I wish I had it in me to like make these 2-3 second videos that provide no value besides strictly like entertainment and time.
Yeah. Well, you also got to think those ones. A lot of them are fads, and the problem with a fad is, are you going to fall off with it, or are you going to continue to grow out like with it and grow out of it? I mean, like an amazing example is the Hug Tua girl. Her traction is starting to fall off a lot, like crazy.
She's gone.
Yeah, almost gone. I mean, she capitalized. She got a bag out of it. Good for her, but it died.
Have you heard about her recently?
Barely, a little bit.
She's like in jail.
Is she?
Yeah, the Hawk Tua girl, I guess she like
the coin?
Yeah, she like collabed with some coin and they made like the Hawk Tua coin. And it's basically like the old pump and dump. She pumped this coin up and then like shortly after, I think she raised like millions of like people bought.
It was a million. I seen.
Like, bro.
I think it was a 1.1 million or something like that. Like they bought
and they just undercut everybody. And she was on like the face of it, so they took her down.
Name. She's locked up for real?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. She's probably out. She probably made her bond, but they definitely came after her ass for that.
Damn. Well, she's an example.
Yeah, and it can go two ways. Obviously, this Hawk Tua girl that doesn't really provide any value to the marketplace, it doesn't know how to go out and make her own cryptocurrency coin. So obviously, somebody was helping her do that. But in her thing, she definitely did like talk about it and like try to make it a thing. So maybe she deserves it.
I mean, it's dumb if anyone who bought it thought it was going to stay there.
Right.
They have no basic understanding of cryptocurrency then. Because cryptocurrency really started back in the 90s. With like blockchains.
Yeah. All right.
That's a whole different discussion.
Before we're going to get into that crypto, but let me just use the bathroom real quick.
Okay, because I know about it too.
Yeah.
I was minding it for a little bit, but it's a lot of energy.
All right.
A pee going.
You can hear me?
Heard that splashing.
Did you really hear the stream? Dang, my bad, my listeners. I put the AirPods down. I went to the bathroom.
Can't edit that out.
Yeah, I've been freaking.
Are you streaming it?
What?
Are you streaming this like live?
No. It's just recording.
I was gonna say you're screwed then.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't care. I've been trying to get to a gallon. I guess you're saying like, what was this? Like 16 liters of water a day, or like a gallon. Bro, you know how hard it is to get a gallon of water in a day?
Well, if you sweat a lot like me, it's easy.
I mean, no, I'm just talking about like
Constantly thirsty.
The time it takes to actually like drink, and then like the time you take to go to the bathroom. Like I swear I spend maybe like, yes, you pee so much. I probably spend like an hour a day using the bathroom.
I would say I probably spend, if I were to measure minute by minute, maybe like peeing would probably be 9 minutes, but I drink a gallon a day. I've been doing it for a few years now.
It's tough, bro. I've been trying, and I think the biggest thing is just using the bathroom is a lot.
Yeah, having to pee, having to pee a lot, or like right after you pee, like they have to go again an hour later, or like 30 minutes later.
I can already feel
the next one.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
I'm not getting any more water just because I don't want to keep running to the bathroom during the show, but I can literally feel it already.
Yeah, you feel like yes. I kind of feel like a little angsty, you know, like I gotta go pee again.
Like, do I have to go already? Like,
yeah. I mean, you can also do. Well, don't hold your bladder. First of all, it's really dangerous to hold your bladder, like your pee. But you can always do Kegel exercises, and that'll help strengthen the bladder muscle.
What the hell are you talking? What are you on?
Kegel muscles. The Kegel muscle is the pelvic area. That's what it's like. There's muscles there. The same muscles that contract for peeing, and also for erections and stuff. It's the same muscles.
Okay, shit. How do I exercise this muscle? What kind of exercises do you do?
Like hip thrusting, like with the weights. You know how people do that? That's one of them actually. Yeah. You can also literally squeeze. What are they called? Okay, like when you're laying down and then you raise your knees up. Oh, like you raise your back off the ground and your neck and your head are still on the ground. I forget what they're called. Like a
back, like an arch.
Yeah,
like
you know
like a cow.
Yeah, you know how you like what are they called? I can just send you like a list of exercises. Like that could actually it helps you hold your pee in like longer.
Shoot, I'm gonna start incorporating that into my workout.
And it's better too because some of the guys probably don't want to say this. But if you don't wipe after you pee or something a little bit, that's pee do be leaking.
Oh, facts.
But doing exercises like that can help how much that happens, and actually, I wouldn't say it cuts it out, right? But it can minimize like how much of like leakage you still have after.
Yeah, because
if you're older, it helps you when you're older.
If you don't shake that thing and dry, you're definitely gonna have some little spots.
You're gonna be smelling.
And honestly, that happens to me because like when I'm doing the shaky part, I stand there for a minute shaking.
You gotta jerk your
you low key basically you get to that point. I ain't gonna
lie, that's why I be going.
You literally have to get to that point because dang, I don't want.
You gotta get all of it out.
I need to get all of it out, and then you look down at your watch. You're like, dude, I've been doing this for like 2 or 3 minutes. I need to just. No, the guys know what we're talking about.
No, you started going like this.
I had that.
You had rhythm motion.
Because when you do it, and you're getting those little drips. Like you put a little bounce in, like you got a little.
I don't be shaking like that, but
I got a little bounce.
Some people do. No, some people do. I seen it at like public restrooms. People are like, "Why are you looking at guys?" Hey, I turned 1 second. That's what I see. Okay, I'm just saying. And like you can see, some people do it. No, I don't do it, but like, I also use like toilet paper at the end to like wipe, also to wipe off like the end.
Wow, I need to look. into
just
that
in case I don't get it,
Yeah, I need to do that.
In case I don't get that extra.
Simply just to save time and save time in the bathroom.
Well, no, you still gotta do the shaking it because like you still even if you put toilet paper, it's still gonna leak.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when you clean the ends off of a toothpaste, and then like you would still squeeze it out to get the toothpaste out, but just because you cover it doesn't mean the toothpaste isn't gonna start leaking out at some point.
That sounds so bad, bro.
It's a good analogy, I guess, for the guys. You understand because that's how our stuff is. You know, our dicks are like freaking like toothpaste. You know, we got the long thing, and you got the little where it comes out. You know, same thing.
Okay, hey, that's not a bad analogy.
I mean, it operates in a similar fashion. Pressure causes it to go out.
True. We gotta stop talking about because I'm like I can feel myself like. Either I want to, like, I have to go to the bathroom, or like I just want to go try out this new tactic you just taught me.
Hey yo, pause. No, but for real. I mean, yeah. So the guy. I mean, I don't know how women pee. I don't know how it works for them. I mean, they don't have dicks.
I'm pretty close with my girl, and they. I feel like the way that they use the bathroom. Yes,
like after they pee.
Yeah, every single time.
Because I know
like they're way more
EPIs.
efficient. Way more efficient in the bathroom. Like my girl, when she goes to pee, bro, she's stream, wipe, gone. You know, we got to shake. Now we got to wipe. Like they're in and out.
Well, you got to think about it because we kind of got like a hose.
Right.
And they have just like a straight up pressure, like a pressure washer, that's what they got going on. Like their body, the way it works there.
I'm not even going to do any hand. I was going to.
It squirts out the pee.
Yeah.
So you just gotta clean the residue. Well, the guy is like a hose. You gotta clean from like the beginning part where it starts to come out. Like the hose, like you have the garden hose. You got the extension, the where it comes out. You have the hose connected. You gotta disconnect it, and then you still gotta clean up that main part. That's how it is for us. And they got like the pressure washer, you know. Yeah, and they got the pressure washer. You just gotta clean the residue.
That's funny. What other kind of things that like?
What else? I mean, wiping. Do you wipe up or down or both?
You mean like front to back to front?
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you because you know we're on the podcast.
Yeah.
Everything, you know, we don't keep it a buck. I go front to back.
Like starting from your back or starting from like under your groin?
This way, groin to back, boom.
Okay, yeah.
Right. But that's just one wipe. I always come back with at least a double or third wipe. It's never one and done.
Do you
Never.
wipe? Okay, do you wipe all the way until you have nothing, or do you wipe just the main thing so it doesn't like? Because some people don't.
Bro, I'm not getting off that toilet until that paper
gone.
towel is clear.
Dude, I ain't gonna lie. I be using a whole roll.
If it takes a whole roll, bro, that's what it takes.
That's what I be doing. And
that's what it takes. There's no way I'm getting off that toilet.
If there's an option for a bidet, always use it.
Really?
Always.
I've never.
I have one, but I haven't installed it. But I have one, like I bought, and I like. I mean, even though I haven't installed it, I still like applying water, like some way.
I just never thought like, how does that
cleaner?
How does that make sense though? Because I don't want to take a shit and then get up and then my whole ass, everything's wet.
You said, but a bidet is installed into the top rim of the toilet.
Okay, cool. Boom, you're still sitting down.
And the nozzle squirts it. No, it just squirts like it cleans the initial residue, and then you can increase the pressure and can increase even more, like clean more of it.
Okay, but you're still wet.
Well, your ass is wet, yeah.
So how do you
just wipe it off the toilet paper? Or you could just put it up if you wanted to, but I mean,
then you got wet underwear.
Or you could use wet wipes, you know, and then
I know people that do that.
They dry. It'll dry pretty quickly.
Yeah, maybe I need to incorporate some water or something.
Bidet. I'm telling you, in Europe they use bidets. They don't use toilet paper.
Oh, I'm a no. Like Americans use bidets.
Yeah, like it's rare. It's more common now, but bidets were not used in America a lot because of the stigma against bidets. So back in World War II, when soldiers went off, fought and over in Europe, they would go to brothels and specifically like French brothels, and they would notice that the women use bidets, and they thought, oh, maybe they use bidets because like they're hoes or whatever. But no, they use bidets because they're just cleaner. And so when they came back, there was like this negative stigma about bidets. The bidets were like for prostitutes. And for a long time,
I can see it.
And for a long time in America, you didn't have bidets because of this idea that it was for like unclean, like prostitutes, whatever. Even though that wouldn't make sense because just water. But anyways, that's like a stupid like belief a lot of people had. But now it's more common to use bidets because it is cleaner. Cleaning your ass with water, with like a straight like pressurized water, is cleaner. And also all that fecal when you use toilet paper, it's nasty. All that fecal matter, which you can't even see, goes in the air. All of it.
Yeah, that's not good, bro.
And it's
that's
all
not
over
cool.
your hands. That's why when you wash your hands, you have to wash your wrists too.
Oh, because you're getting some on your
All over. All that fecal matter. That fecal. Yeah, that fecal matter. No, if you have an Apple Watch, take it off. I take off every chain you got, whatever. Put it far away because if it's close to the toilet, it's getting fecal matter. And that thing flies. That thing flies, dude. We can't see it though, right? Because it's so small.
There's some people out there that are setting that bidet to max power.
I would.
And it's going right up their asshole.
I would.
In your ass. You're gonna take it.
Dead.
That's what I'm saying. There's people. There's definitely
Pause.
people out there, bro. They're putting that shit. The max is 10. They're gonna find a way to jailbreak.
They have like
it and put it to
warm water
15.
versions. The one I have is only cold water, but there's ones that massage your butt too. There's a lot of options for bidets now. You can get the butt massage. You can get really warm water. You can even have some of the soap. The ones that give you like soap, you do have to continually do maintenance for the soap and adding more soap. And it cleans your ass like as if you were taking a shower, but they cost more. Straight up. I've been thinking about getting one of those. You know what I'm saying?
You haven't even used the one you have, bro.
No, I've been thinking of getting one of those instead. So you rinse with the water, clean it more, go with the soap, and then clean it again. Now you got a clean ass every time.
Yeah, I'm curious if anybody's.
You got to worry about the fecal matter.
People are using bidets because, like, yeah.
You're not worried about that fecal matter all over your place. Especially if you like going on your phone when you're on the toilet. I still clean your phone every time after you use the bathroom. It's nasty if you don't. But technically, if you
every
use the
time,
bidet, yes, dude. Every time you use the bathroom and your phone's in there, you have to clean it because urine matter goes there and fecal matter goes all over the place.
So you clean your phone every time you use the bathroom.
I wipe it with the disinfecting wipes. Yeah, every single time I wipe it and I wipe my watch.
Boy, it's serious.
Bro, I'm not trying to get on the road about it. I'm not. Look, I don't have OCD though. Like I know some people who have OCD, and it's like OCD, and I'm not doing OCD. I'm just doing basic hygiene. Like for real though, like you can get like a bunch of illnesses from not cleaning your phone because you walk into a bathroom with your phone.
So I just found out that there's two things that get Cesar going. One is President Trump. Two is the use of the bidet.
Bidets and that clean your ass properly when you. Oh my gosh, I hate it. Oh, when people don't flush the toilet in public bathrooms, whoever that is, I'm like, I would want to punch you, but I can't because you have fecal matter in your face. Like I'm not going to touch you or even be near you.
I can't even use like a public bathroom like that. Like a gas station.
I would pee. Max, the only thing I'll do is pee.
Yeah, because I'm not touching anything. I'm not, bro.
Hold on, question. Even in your own home bathroom, do you clean the toilet every time before you use it? So you sit on pee?
I don't pee on the toilet.
Well, you wouldn't pee on the toilet. Wait, you have a urinal in your house? Or like, what do you mean?
I wish I did. Whenever I build my house, I'm definitely getting a stand-up urinal.
Yeah, to be honest, that would be clutch.
So much easier. And less fecal matter. But no, when I'm in my own public house, because I live with a female, I have to put the toilet seat down every single time. So it's really
pee residue goes onto it though.
I pull that thing up, bro.
You know, there's no pee under it.
Pull that lid up. I mean, no. I wipe and clean it. No, bro.
I have to clean. Every time I use the bathroom before, even if I can't hold my shit anymore, I have to get some toilet paper and I gotta disinfect and clean the toilet. And then
I will put you on game in public if it comes down to it. And I have to use public always. But like, even my girlfriend can attest to this because shit. Like when we travel and stuff, like I can't go to a gas station. I have to go to like a Walmart or a hotel or like a store. Like I really do. Especially like. If I'm traveling, like I'm going to Grand Rapids, I'm leaving tomorrow actually. Yeah. If I have to take a shit, I'm stopping at hotels. But let me put you on game. The secret to it is, when you clean, this is my theory. There's no science behind this at all. Okay. But when I clean the toilet, I spit on it with my own saliva, and I use my saliva to clean off the bacteria. So like basically it's my saliva, like my bacteria versus their bacteria, and I clean it off in public. So I do a little spit on it, clean that sucker off. So at least I know if I'm sitting down on my own stuff, you know?
Well, no, you'd be sitting on a mix of both.
Well, well, shit.
It doesn't clean. You're now like a Komodo dragon who their saliva is disinfectant.
All right, well, don't ruin it for me, bro, because right now it is working for me.
Well, cats.
And it allows me to use
cats. Their saliva disinfects.
Well, I'm just gonna keep a little cat with me, I guess.
Well, you wouldn't get saliva in a cup and then start doing all that. That's not how it works.
Yeah, no. But that's just how it works.
Bro's mixing his own mat. Oh.
Hey, I haven't got any. I'm good. I haven't got any sicknesses, so something must be working.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, no, I don't use public. Man, I hated it in school when I had to use the bathroom. Oh my gosh, because school bathrooms were horrendous when I went to. Oh my lord.
What school did you go to?
Godfrey Lee.
Godfrey Lee?
The one, well, it's over here in Michigan, so in Wyoming.
I know, but like,
Rapids.
Where at? Because I used to live right there.
It was
Remember that day I saw you and your mom in the UPS store?
Yeah, it was the store, right?
It was a USPS mailing.
Oh, yeah, Rogers Plaza.
Yeah, Rogers Plaza. I lived directly behind.
Yeah, you did. You lived by. I went to the house you were at before. Oh yeah. Where was it at? Oh yeah, it was. If you could take that street, it was. The street was Lee Street. I was more towards Chicago Drive.
Oh, okay. So
kind of that area,
down by the interstate a little bit.
Yeah, because the closest school to where you were at was the Wyoming public schools. That one was the closest.
Yeah.
No, but man, no, dude, hated using the bathroom. And then when I worked jobs and I had to use the bathroom, oh my lord, I would have specifically looked for bathrooms were at least a little bit cleaner than the other ones. Like even if it meant going up and down elevators for a few minutes, I had to do it. Had to find one.
Have you ever shit yourself before? Never.
I mean, from when I was like, whenever I was born. I mean, if I was like super young,
like
I don't remember.
Like from the age like 16, like from the age of
6 beyond.
No, 16 beyond, like almost like never. Wow, you never just like, I don't know if I should let this one out, and then
you have,
bro. I feel like everybody's been in a position where like they're questionable. Like, is that a shit or is that just a fart? And I ain't gonna lie, bro. Yes, one time I did have to shit my pants, and the funniest part behind this is it happened right before a video shoot, bro. So I had to rush home and go change and shower.
Was this recent?
No, this was back when I was living in Grand Rapids, actually.
So pretty recent.
It was like 2 years ago, bro.
Yeah, that's not recent, bro.
It was one of those questionable ones, like, oh, like this is gonna be fine, like let it out. And then, like, you're sitting there for a second, you're like, whoa, wait a second.
Shit his pants.
Did I just hit the bidet, or did I shit my pants?
I haven't shit my pants.
You'll get there, bro, I promise.
I mean, maybe if I get older, yeah. Because as you get older, your muscles. As you get older. Before you turn 30, you're going to get there. I hope not. I mean, unless I have, like, E. coli or something.
Yeah. Hey,
maybe if I have, like, a disease or, like, an infection, maybe. You're more likely to.
Yeah.
Maybe you were sick. Were you sick?
No.
Oh, that makes it even worse. You just worse. If you were sick, I could excuse it, you know?
Hey, like literally shit happens sometimes, bro.
Yeah.
But I did. Damn. I had to go home and change my clothes and take a shower.
So you sat in the car and all that shit was, oh, ew. Ooh, that's,
Yep. Actually, I don't want to get too much into the story, but
you already have.
So I actually didn't know that I shit myself until like I was getting gas in my car and I got out the car and I was walking.
Is it because of the smell? You're like, why is that gas or shit? Oh.
No, it was I think it was the moisture. I was like, I was walking like out of the gas station. I'm like, why do I feel wet back there? Hit one of these, turn around and look, bro. Yeah, you can see it. And I'm out here pumping gas in GR. Shit stains.
What color was your shorts or whatever?
Khaki. It went through the khakis, bro.
Oh, hell no.
Yes. But it's all good though, bro. Like the shorts got washed, there's no stains.
I would have thrown them away.
I was literally this close about it, but I spent too much money on those shorts to throw them away.
I would have still done it.
But hey,
I mean, even though in
shit.
theory, if you clean it completely with bleach and disinfectant and like this,
Fecal matter.
it should be away. Yeah, it shouldn't be there anymore. But just the idea that it happens is what gets me.
Yeah, the worst part is like I didn't realize it until I was walking out of the public
that
gas
sucks.
station. So everybody's been down, you know, like everybody has their lows.
That's low.
That's
that hasn't happened to me. I mean, maybe if I was like when I was a baby, probably, but not when I was. Ever since I can have memories, I have never shit myself.
What about wet the bed? You still wet the bed?
No, when I was younger, when I was like, I think I stopped at like 7, 8.
Yeah, I was late to the game too.
Yeah, I think so. That I did do. That one. Yeah, that one I did do up till I was 8. And then after what happened, my parents took me to the doctor at that point, and then they gave me something, and it stopped. And then I got older, and as I got older, it stopped. And then when I got older, it wasn't peeing anymore.
Whoa!
You know what I'm talking about?
Whoa!
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, yeah. For me, and I can remember this vividly because like I would probably say I was around the same age, like 7 or 8, where I can like remember. But like I was lucid dreaming. That's the reason why I was peeing in the bed. Yes, because I remember this to the T. Like in my dream, I would be standing at a toilet. Like everything's so vivid. Like I'm in the bathroom, I'm using the bathroom in my dream, and then you wake up and you're like, dang, like I was never in the bathroom. And I think that's lucid dreaming. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, no, that can be a form of it. I mean, it's different for it manifests. Like some people have to be physically awake, or some people it's like they feel like they're physically present. Like I've gotten those before.
That's what it was. I was physically present, going to the bathroom,
and or like you wake up like I had once where I had a dream where I got my like arm ripped off, I think, and I woke up like feeling actual pain. Then I'm like, oh wait, I'm in bed,
dude. 100%. Just
like I've had
a little bit.
My lucid dreams have been extreme. A lot of them have usually it's someone trying to murder me.
Dude, same. Like damn. I've had some pretty crazy dreams. Like I've seen my family get murdered. Like I've had that one too. Crazy stuff. And back when I used to like smoke like a lot of weed, and then like you stop smoking, I guess just the science behind it, like I guess some of the THC thing like blocks your REM sleep receptors, so like you really don't get like REM sleep, which is the sleep that like recharges your brain and everything. So when you're sleeping, like you don't get that, and then all of a sudden you stop smoking, and that REM sleep, it's all backed up, and it just starts flooding into like those receptors, and you start getting like these very, very intense visual like lucid dreams, bro. And I mean, like, every single night, I'm waking up sweating in the middle of the night. Like, I mean, full, like, my girlfriend hated it because I'd wake up fully drenched. And I'm like, you don't even want to know what I just saw. Like, some dark shit, bro. And it's probably because we were kids, we were always watching, like, horror movies and...
Well, I mean, it can be a lot of things.
Yeah, hope it's not, like, a sign.
I mean, sometimes it can be, like... I mean, like, a sign like... medical, or are you talking about like a sign?
No,
of
like spiritual sign, like, oh, I just see my family get murdered. Maybe I should like go spend more time with my family, stuff like that. Oh,
okay. Well, I know more about the scientific side of it because I've asked my doctors behind it.
Fill me in.
I haven't gotten a sleep study yet, but they've offered it many times. So I still take antidepressant anxiety meds because remember how I had the like anxiety disorder?
Yeah, dude, I remember it got pretty bad one time.
Yeah, so I still have it, but I take a lower dose of the meds now, though, thankfully. But when I first started taking them, even when I was taking them for a good year, every single night, nightmares, vivid ones too, and you would remember them for 1 year, for a whole. And that's a side effect of taking on those SSRIs, those type of meds. And no, they were intense. Like I would like. What is it? Sleep paralysis. I would get it a lot.
I've never had that. That's where like you're like stuck in your sleep, and
physically can't move.
You physically can't move, and a lot of people say that they see like this black shadow come over them, and they can't move.
I never saw, but I heard.
So for me, experienced the can't moving part.
Mm-hmm, like you wake up and you can't even move your eyes. Really, you're kind of just like still. So I got that when I started taking the meds, and it's just one of sleep paralysis with SSRIs are more rare than they are common. The more common one are nightmares, but I guess for me, for whatever reason, the interaction I had with my body, I got sleep paralysis. Yeah, I've never seen anything. My sister has had sleep paralysis before, and she said she saw before, but I had never seen. What would happen though is I would hear, or like everything around me was a different color, like a sepia. I remember one time it was like a sepia background. Like, you know how when you wake up, everything like, we see colors. I mean, hopefully you're not colorblind. I mean, if you are, you just see colors differently, right? But you know how we see colors like a bunch? Like, everything looks like, I don't know, whatever it looks like for you. Everything for me was like sepia.
It's weird.
And then I heard like someone banging on the door, like trying to get in. And it was like 6:30, 7 a.m. And there was obviously no one. But I understood right away though, because in therapy, they actually, assuming your therapist knows about it, you actually use like cognitive behavior therapy, and they understand like, because anyone can be a therapist. You don't have to be like have like a background in psychology or stuff like that. But thankfully, the people I worked with have backgrounds in that, so like they understand. They have like credentials of understanding psychology.
So you don't need like a license to be a therapist?
No, apparently, I mean, you have to get a license to become a therapist, but you don't have to have like a college degree or like a master's in psychology or something like that. You just have to get a license for it, and then training, obviously. But
so, what did the doctor say about the sleep thing?
So, and I'm talking about like they trained me. My therapist and I. One of our goals was when I first started was to get rid of panic attacks. And then I remember I told him, "Hey, I'm starting to get a lot of like nightmares." And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a side effect of the SSRIs." So you can actually engage with your dreams. You have to actively practice it though. But in your dreams, you can be conscious.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I was like maybe like I was like, for real? And then I remember I asked my psychologist too, and she was like, yes, you can do it. You just have to practice it though, obviously. And when I got this first sleep paralysis, I'm glad that I had already done training for a few months now. For like, now like in my nightmares, I would like respond to my nightmares like consciously as if I'm awake, because like I practiced it. And when I got a sleep paralysis, I knew what to do, because I was like, oh, I know it's like, I can't move my body, and I don't normally see sepia. Like, this is probably a dream. So let me just like, so at that point, you can already see I'm like having rationale. So like, yeah, I heard the banging on the door, and I heard like, I can't describe it. It was like a really weird, like someone talking, but it sounded really like weird, like really like low pitched and like really like, it's like screeching, like low pitched screech. Like it was a weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it was very like eerie. But I knew like, oh, first of all, unless someone's a weirdo, no one speaks like that. And then after a while, I went back to sleep and I woke up and I was like, okay, yeah, I had a dream. But I've had a few of those. I haven't had much sleep paralysis, but I've had a few. But like mine have all been auditory, like in the sense like I don't see stuff, but like I hear.
You can hear it.
Yeah, I hear. Or I'll hear. This one was more scary actually. It's kind of annoying too. One time. By the way, if you have anxiety disorders, you are more likely to have auditory and visual hallucinations. So it's not. Some people might be, oh, you have schizophrenia. Like, no. If you have anxiety disorders, you will have a higher likelihood of experiencing hallucinations of some way.
You said SSRI. Aren't those like
meds, antidepressant?
Yeah. I thought I read somewhere like they're like trying to get rid of those or something.
No, SSRIs have been. Maybe some of them they are, but generally SSRIs are safe to take, and they actually have like 50-50. They're kind of 50-50. They help 50% of people. They don't help the other half.
Gotcha.
for me, they helped me, and I function with them properly, and thanks to them, I can function. When I'm not on them, I tried it once, hell no. Anyways, like.
That's when you fall off the map for a few days, and we're like, "Yo, where's Cesar at?" Like, I remember that one time, bro. I was like hitting you up, like, "Dude, we were supposed to have a meeting one day, and you weren't there." Then, like, I was like hitting you up, and I remember we talked about what had happened. But yeah, dude,
it was in the summer, right? It was around the summer.
Yeah,
it was summertime. Yeah, I remember. I don't remember if I told you, but like my eyes were bloodshot. That's how like stressed I was.
Jeez, bro. Why are you so stressed?
I don't know. I developed anxiety disorder after my heart surgery. Oh, a heart procedure.
Dang.
Remember how I had
good
that?
Now. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I mean, I still get what's called PVCs, but that's not really scary. You feel your heart. You literally feel your heart skip, but you're like, oh, I know what it is. Like that. They didn't get rid of it because he said, oh, the risk is too high to get both of those at the same time. So they're like, as long as it doesn't develop into anything worse, you don't have to get it worked on. So I was like, okay, I still get those, but like to mitigate those, you know, try not to have caffeine, exercise regularly, like high intensity, you know, get your muscle, like your heart muscle stronger, basically.
How often do you work out?
And daily.
Daily?
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I try to get mine in early in the morning.
See, I actually like exercise, though. That's the thing. Some people do it because they feel like, you know, oh, it's good for your health. I actually like doing that.
Yeah, same.
I like especially
weights. Especially right now in my life, like I just need something difficult to do at least daily. Like just like not mental difficulty, but like physical difficulty. Like I'm starting to realize like I need some type of physical challenge.
Yeah.
Quite frequently. And maybe that's my background of just playing hockey and sports. Like
also you are getting older.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you're like super old, but like, well, you're nearly a decade away from 40. Man, like humans start declining physically after 27, 26.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to maintain some muscle mass. Cause I tell even like the people I work with,
you gotta constantly lift and stuff to get. Otherwise, that muscle after a while.
The end goal is like, because they always talk like, oh, you work out. Like I just want to be when I'm 70 years old. I just want to pick myself up when I fall, or like to catch myself from falling.
Yeah,
like little stuff like that,
and not break your arm or something.
Right, or like slipping in the bathroom or something like.
Yeah, or like being able to catch yourself or like being able to lift at least things that are not too heavy.
Right,
like I'm not saying
carry your groceries in the house.
Yeah, like I'm not saying I want to be like 85 and freaking bench pressing like 400 pounds.
Don't need that.
Like if I can at least bench press the bar or 45 on each, you know, that'd be amazing.
Right, that's all you really need. I actually the gym I go to, bro. I'm actually gonna start working out with him. He used to be like I guess he used to do like bodybuilding. And in my town that we live in, there's not that many people of color here. Let's say that. So in the gym, I swear, it's like, there's 3 people of color that go to this gym. And you just naturally like, you know, you talk to those people. Bro, this dude is 67 years old. Ex-Marine, ex-bodybuilder. I'm pretty sure he's seen some shit. I've actually talked to him about getting on the podcast. We're going to try to find a time. But 67 years old, bro, this dude is throwing weight around like crazy.
And he does that consistently, though, right?
He does, every single day. And then one day, I was talking to him, bro, and he was like low-key lifting like some heavy weight. And he was curling. He was curling like 225s on each side. And I swear to God, I'm like,
sounds steroids?
I'm like, dang, James, like, you need to chill out, bro. He's 67. He's like, bro, I just don't feel it anymore. Like, I just don't feel it. I need more. I'm like,
it's like he don't feel it, but he's bent compressing.
Like he doesn't feel like, you know, you work out hard, and you
stimulation,
feel like the fatigue and the stimulation, like that blood pump. Like he's been doing it for so long at a high level, like he doesn't get that anymore. And I was like trying to explain to him, like, James, bro, you're 67 years old. Like, you really don't need to keep going to that level. You really just need to maintain where you're currently at.
Yeah, because even once you get in your 30s and 40s, your muscles start to decline.
Right.
The fact that he was able to do it that long means that he consistently took care of his body actively and constantly challenged his body.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, being in the military as well.
Maybe if he's lifting super heavyweight, there might be a chance that at some point he used some stuff.
Maybe we'll find out too. He's going to be on the podcast.
There's a chance.
We're going to get into that.
not saying that he did, but I'm saying there might be a chance that it was possible. But if not, I mean, regardless, even if he did, he still had to put in the work.
Yeah, no, the dude is, and I got onto this topic because he said, like, we started talking. He said he wants to train me.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have him. That's what he was saying. Like, even one little technique that he showed me when I was doing like these bench, I was doing like a bench press with like a small bar, and I was doing them like this. And he was like, "No, bro, bring those elbows up here to activate your top of your chest." I started doing them like this. I'm like, "Dang, bro, just that one tweak." And I walked out like with,
obviously
like, wow.
don't do it too high, you know.
No, because that's like more like a shoulder.
Well, even then, if you're bench pressing this high and your wrists are not like, or your wrists are naturally already, this is not like a position that you need to be in. You probably hurt. Because I'll do when I bench press. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it. So you know how some people when you bench press like the bar like they do bend their elbows and they keep it more lower. I do a little bit higher. I mean, it's also everyone's body's also different, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's anatomy is. My arms are long for my height. My arms are pretty long, so naturally I have to go a little bit higher. And yeah, I feel it way more right here, like this upper range.
Right.
And I mean, I also can lift a lot more weight doing it that way, though.
Yeah.
And
so I'm excited.
Close grip. Also, the close grip ones. I've been doing the close grip bench pressing, though.
Yeah, those are good for the triceps.
Triceps, yeah, but they help more the inner pecs. I think more to like this mid area right here. Help develop. The triceps they do for real, because I've noticed mine gotten bigger when I started going up and weigh a lot.
You're probably pretty jacked underneath all that.
I wouldn't say
we can barely even see you because you're so dang moody, but I feel like you got some shoulder bulge on you. I see a shoulder popping up over there.
I got some fat I'm trying to lose, so that way you actually can see it more. But
yeah, some cardio. That's the biggest thing for my girlfriend Becca is like.
Maybe just eating less. I eat too much snacks. Straight up, that's what it is.
Obviously, the diet is the best.
For me, that's the
hardest thing.
For me, the hardest thing because I love eating some snacks.
High intensity cardio workout in a calorie deficient state, though.
Yeah,
like that's why I don't
mind working out intensely. That's the thing. The working out part for me isn't the hard part.
It's the diet.
The hard part is the diet. Cause man, there's like these one things from like I love eating them, like peanut butter, like trail mix, stuff like that.
Look at 'em.
Adds up.
Look at 'em.
I love eating them, but a tablespoon, probably like about this much. 3 of them is 150 calories. I'll sit through a bucket of them. So 8,000, I did the math, 8,750 calories in the tub. I ate the whole tub in 3 days.
Bro, that's gonna, you know how long it takes to burn off? It's gonna take you to burn off 8,000 calories?
Yeah, I mean, like 3 weeks. So obviously, that's the issue. I love eating them. So I do try to go lower calorie, but then I feel like I need to eat more. Because I'm like, boy, I really don't need to eat more. I like eating them. They're good, and they're just snacks.
Yeah, I've been through that stage meals too, and to get out of it, if anybody's like in that, I'm sure tons of people are having that same issue.
But yeah,
it's like you just kind of have to like stop, and like you're gonna feel that need, but then it eventually goes away. Like I don't snack or do anything, and I used to do all the time, bro. Like my girlfriend, every single night, I needed cookies. Cookies and milk, bro. Chocolate chip cookies, dipping them in milk.
They even tasted good.
Bro, and it was like a nightly thing. Like I needed these every night almost.
Yeah.
And it just got to a point where first off, I really got strict about not eating sugar, like trying to eliminate like complete sugar. Obviously like healthy sugars like fruits and I don't know, some vegetables carry sugar, but like just straight sugar was the biggest, I think, game changer, like for our health journey, if you want to say that.
Yeah.
Because the sugar, like people don't know it, but like it's easy. Like sugar is an addiction.
Yeah.
Like you can get addicted to sugar just as easy as you can get addicted to black tar heroin.
Yeah. No, sugar has it's addictive. Hence why it's companies consistently use it in a lot of their drinks and snacks and stuff because it's so easy to get hooked on it.
Yeah, it's gonna.
I ain't gonna lie, the peanut butter trail mix be hitting, bro. We having a little Reese's cups. I said, "Oh my lord, this tastes good." And then like, man, it just.
You gotta live too, though. Like
Yeah,
like,
but the thing is, I'm trying to lose
life.
fat, and the problem though is I need to take him. I need to fix it as I'm younger, because at least in my family, we have a history of diabetes and high cholesterol. So I have to. I know, like I'm 24, so I'm like, okay, I'm 24 years old. I am younger, so it's not, I'm not gonna really feel detriments. But my 35-year-old self and my 40-year-old self is gonna be like, hey, yo, like, you know, it's gonna feel it later. Assuming I don't freaking die, but let's just say I'm alive, like I'm gonna feel it. Or even if I'm 15, 16, my dad, for example, he had no diabetes, nothing for, or any cholesterol issues until recently. He's 66 now. It took him, I don't know, like 40 some years of eating like stuff like that, but I mean, he was already predisposed to having high cholesterol, and now he has high cholesterol.
Dang.
But he's trying to fix it, but he's like, well, it's taking longer. He's like, man, you know, it's taking longer than if he was younger. But
right, like you can actively stop that. Like
right now,
you can fight back against it.
Yeah, literally, I can stop it right now, and then like in 3-4 days, my cholesterol levels would just go back down because I'm younger. But obviously, someone's older, it takes longer because your muscles and your veins and your whole body is just older, so it takes longer to do things.
Right.
Not that I won't do it. No, yeah, I'm trying to lose. I'm trying to get down to like right now. I weigh. Okay, guess how much I weigh.
From the last time I saw you, you're like what, 5'7"?
Mm-hmm.
You probably weigh. You had a good build. You probably weigh like 180.
Close, kind of 195.
195. Okay.
I'm trying to get down to 170 though.
Yeah.
Because like you said, I'm 5'7". That weight is not for my height distribution. Like it can damage. I mean, it wouldn't damage right now, but in a few years, it can damage my joints.
Mm-hmm. Carrying all that weight around.
Yeah, exactly. It's not for my. I mean, I have really pretty thick bones. Like I've never broken a bone yet. And you can get your bone density measured actually at the doctor. You know that?
I do know that.
Yeah, my bone density, I forget the exact number, but it's pretty thick. Like it's a really thick bone. So a lot of my weight, like I would say about like 50% of my weight is my bones. Like my bones are pretty heavy.
You want to have some good bone density, especially as you get older, because that will lower.
Yeah, I mean part of it's genetic. Like for example, my dad, like I said, he's almost 70. He's never, he's never broken a bone in the sense that like he broke it like falling. I mean, he got his bones broken once, but that was child abuse. That was his dad. That was a different story. No, it didn't break his bone. Wrong. Dislocated his shoulder, so he didn't break his bone.
Okay.
You're right. Yeah. So other than that, he's never broken his bone. But so part of it is genetic factors. You know.
Yeah.
But you can obviously do other things like the way you eat, exercise, specifically like weightlifting. Makes your bones stronger. Literally, it does like macro fractures in them and makes them stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So like anyone, by the way, for older people, I mean, it might be a little bit too late now, depending on how old you are and your health condition. But let's just assume that you can still walk. If you can still walk at least, or even if you can't, you can still do upper body, lift weights because it'll increase your bone density. Literally,
100%. I'm literally. I'm on my parents' ass about getting in the gym. I talked to my mom today and asked her, like, are you in the gym? My dad has no problem. He's ex-military. I feel like those guys that have been doing it for a long time, they've already built this routine and they're just used to doing it all the time. But my mom, on the other hand, she's getting older and I'm like, yo, you need to get into the gym. Like I'm trying to I bought her like some health products, just trying to prolong their longevity in life too. Because when I get older, like I want them to be able to, I don't know, still walk around and still do the simple shit. Yeah,
like you don't want to. How old is your parents right now?
My dad just turned 60 2 days ago, and my mom is probably like 57, 58.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they're getting there. Your dad's closer. Like mine,
that man will still, 70. He still can outwork me, I think, this day. Like
my dad could a few years ago, but now that he got older, I
got him now. You know? You got him.
I mean, I also exercise way more intensely than he does, but Like, yeah, he gets more fatigued quicker. Then sometimes he'll be like, man, I can't do it anymore. But I'm like, you're 60, like almost 67. Well, duh.
You get to that age,
like your body just can't do it the same.
Right. Well, shit, bro. We've been going for like a good almost 2 hours.
Oh yeah, almost. Oh damn! No, it is 2 hours.
Yeah, 2 hours, and I can keep going honestly, but I have a call. A meeting at 9:30.
I got things. Yeah, I have to do something else too.
But before we go, bro, I wanted to see what your outtake is on like the real estate market. Obviously, you're a real estate agent now. How's it looking?
Loaded question, homie.
Huh?
Loaded question.
I mean, just like obviously like you. I remember when you were first getting into it. I vividly remember we were sitting on the steps outside of the lab.
Yeah.
And Oscar was getting on your ass about something, bro. Y'all were like going back and forth about something. And I just think about like, dang, like Oscar, bro, look at my boy now.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Do you see the thing that happened between him and I?
No.
Did you see that
thing that happened between him and Cheyenne?
Okay, I'm involved in it too.
Oh,
it's not me.
Dad, that's you.
Yep. Okay.
Bro,
anyways.
give me the rundown because I just seen what was online, and then my homies that used to work with them, they brought it up too, and I'm like,
okay,
Oscar, bro, what are you doing?
So this is my experience, my take. I can't say the full picture because obviously this is the way I experienced it, right? Just a disclosure for any Oscar defenders come here saying, like, no, I never had issues with him. I still don't have issues with the bro. Okay, he's a fellow Mexican. I'm not gonna hate on him. Okay, so it kind of started by I started to work a bit more with different lenders because, by the way, I'm not restricted to work with one lender. And if I did do that, that's also not legal to do as an agent because you can't specifically send people to certain lenders. Anyways, I started working more with LMCU because they were offering programs that where he was at didn't offer, simply for the type of clients that I had. My clientele were minorities, most of them, well, almost all of them, and LMCU offered programs that could aid them into buying houses. Mm-hmm. And where he was at, they didn't do that.
And LMCU, for you listening, is Lake Michigan Credit Union.
Yeah, credit union. Yeah. So they weren't doing that. So obviously, me as an agent, I'm like, oh, that wouldn't be a bad idea if they can get $10,000 just for aid, or even up to like $30,000 at that time. Then why not do it? So I sent people there. They got qualified. And he got upset that I was sending more business and clients there and closing on deals than with him. And that's what he told me. And then one of the days, the same day that he called me upset, the same evening there was an event, a real estate event. So this is different because he can't defend himself because there's actual recordings of him. That's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing. And I've whatever you see online it's like probably like 5% of all of it because I've heard all of it. It's.
Whenever Cheyenne posted that video, just the audio.
So it's not, okay, real quick. I seen some of like his, I guess, friends commented like, "Oh, it was twisted." I got a message of some of them saying that it was twisted. I heard the whole thing, the entire like it's like over an hour long. The entire like spiel, whatever. I heard all of it. And then also other agents were there too, and they told me. So it's like, bro, like you were drunk, you messed up. Like that's as simple as it is.
So what was the spill like?
Okay, so the spill. Okay, so he goes to the event, and at this time, I around like 3 p.m. because I had gone earlier because Cheyenne was there. I had gone earlier, and I was and she was like, "Hey, come through already." So I came earlier. And then I, spoke to whatever, and then left. And then I came back later. And when I came back later, I told him, hey, I messaged him and I called him, hey, you're gonna come to Rebar. That was the event. Are you gonna come? He didn't respond. I was like, that's kind of weird. Like he's not responding, but whatever. I didn't take it as anything. And then it was like 5, and then we went to this other like bar, and I was there. And then I messaged him again. I was like, hey, I was letting you know we're over here now. And like again, no problem. So this whole time I'm confused, like, okay, he's not responding, whatever. So I just left it. And then 6 p.m. goes by and I leave and I go back home. Cause like I wasn't gonna stay the rest of the time there because everyone was already drunk and I was like, I don't drink. So I'm
Right.
They're kind of just like slurring your speech and stuff. Anyway, so this man, so he wasn't responding because from that time up until like 8 p.m. actually, he spent 4 hours. So Cheyenne goes. He was at the place, the bar. I forget what bar it was. It was
like
on Bridge
Steel
Street.
Cat or something.
No. It wasn't that. It was the like logo was like orange. Like the building was like orange. Just surrounding.
The Flamingo.
No, not the Flamingo. It's on Bridge Street.
Either
way, whatever that bar was. Hold on one sec. Whatever that bar was, he apparently goes and so Cheyenne goes there now at that point, and then he goes up to her and he's like, oh, because I had joined her team because she invited me to join her team. So I was like, screw it. She offered me leads. Again, I joined her team because she offered me leads. And I was like, all right, bet, screw it. So I left and joined her team. And he said, oh, but again, he's stating these things as facts, even though we never spoke about why I left. He asked me once, but I told him, oh, because she offered me leads. And she said Spanish-speaking leads. So I speak Spanish. I was like, oh, bet, that's business right there. But beyond that, we never spoke. There's no message history or phone history of us speaking why, other reasons why. So all this stuff is made up, or his assumptions at least of why I wanted to join. He goes up to her and he's like, he says a lot of stuff. One being like, oh, I only joined his team, like her team, because I wanted to get with her. I joined her team because what was it? Kind of like trying to get with her and more like sexual related stuff, like straight up. And I don't remember at this point. I don't remember everything. I would have to literally go back to the videos, but he goes on and just starts like shit talking me and saying like, like all the leads, whatever, all the business that we did together was because of him only and only because of him. When I was just like, okay, I sent you those leads. He said all those leads were his. That's none are his. He's a lender. Lenders don't have they have leads, but they don't have like clients per se, like to do deals. I mean, they can.
The realtor is like
the realtor. Their agent is the one that provides.
Right.
The agent. I mean, unless because the agents are the ones who do the paperwork process. But I was like, okay, if he wants to say that, it's fine. And I wasn't upset that he said it because of him, because in a way it was because of him that the deal's closed, because that's your job. Your job as a lender is to close the deal. Like. Right. That's what I thought. So when I heard that, because Cheyenne messaged me, I was playing soccer. Literally, no, I didn't go home. I went to go play soccer. There we go. I went to go play soccer with my friends, and then she calls me, and and I'm like, huh, confused. And she sends me these videos and texts me all this stuff, and then Oscar sends me messages like wanting to fight me, and I still have those like threatening to fight me and all this other stuff. And I was like, yo, like, I was like, relax, bro. Like, I don't know what's going on. And he's like, nah, man. He was like calling me like fake and like all this. I forget what else he was saying. Like, I had to go back in the messages. And I was just like, yo, relax. And then I told him, I'll talk to you once you're not drunk, because you're probably drunk right now. So I told him, I'm gonna go ahead and block you. And then I blocked him, and then I was playing soccer, because I'm here to play soccer. I'm not here to like entertain, whatever. So then I blocked him at that point. But going back to prior to that, yeah, he was just saying that I joined her team because I was trying to get with her, and that all the business, that I was like lazy and all this other stuff, and basically she shouldn't have taken me on her team, and that I was just gonna use her and whatever else, which I don't know what led him to think that. We never had conversations about why I wanted to join her team. And then on Facebook, he literally was like, oh, I'm not going to mention for legal reasons, I'm not going to mention the brokerage names, right?
Yeah. I know you're obviously know what you're talking about.
The brokerage, the one he was referencing to, he's like, oh, I'm going to, always defend them. And then him and his friends, like on Facebook, kind of like threatened to pull up, which, obviously means like to fight. You know what I mean? And I ignored all of it. My friends to this day screenshotted it. My friends were like, hey, yo, if they do that, let us know, because we'll do it to them. I was like, nah, bro, just don't. Because my friends was like, "Oh, he a bitch for that, whatever." Because my friends got upset. Like my friends got really upset about it because they thought he was cool. Because he was like, he would like he knew them a little bit, and one of them he was actually trying to help get a house, and he spoke a lot of stuff like bad to me to that my friend. But my friend ultimately decided not to use him anymore. That's a whole different story, but he knew them, and
Right.
they got
the betting part. Get to let's talk about
betting.
the bet. Like,
The betting parts, we had 3 deals, and those are the deals he got upset about too. He said, "Oh, those are my clients." Not true. Only one of those clients is a client that I sent to him. He didn't send to me. I sent to him. It doesn't matter who sent it to who. But just for the sake of clarification, I sent him that client. I had known that client for years at this point, so it wasn't just someone out like that. I knew him for years. He wasn't the first person I sent him to. He was like one of the people I sent him to. But still, that deal was the only one who he worked with. The other 2 people he had never worked with or ever spoken to. So he made this assumption that these were his people, which he probably couldn't even tell you their names because he never worked with them, and they don't know who he is. I mean, they found out who he was after the whole thing on Facebook, but before that, they never knew who he was. Because my other two clients were people I knew personally, but again, he didn't know them. And his bet was like, "Oh, I bet that Cesar's not going to close any of those 3 deals, right? Like the deal's going to fall apart because he don't know what to do, all this other stuff." And then Cheyenne was like, "No, I believe in. I'm going to bet that like he will do it." And that's where the bet started. Because he was like, "Oh, those are my clients, and I know how to close them," and all this, like kind of like this boasting about it that those are his people, and that he's the one who would be able to close it and be able to do all like make sure everything works.
So he bet $1,000.
Yes, he bet $1,000 that it wouldn't close, and that was where on social media Shane decided to post that specifically. Obviously, I mean, part of it was also because I think she just wanted to drop out of it too.
You know how she is, bro. She She wants that little extra attention. Did he ever pay her?
No. So here's the thing. So I closed all 3. Didn't pay. Until this day, hasn't paid. Until this day, I get Jason.
You closed all 3 of those deals with a different lender too.
Closed all 3 of them. And one of the agents though who was there when he was doing all that like shit talking. I would say Jason. I think you know him. Jason. I don't want to say his last name.
Yeah, you're good.
Actually, you can say it. You just cut it out. Jason Lash.
Okay, I don't know who that is.
Oh, well, cut that out. So he, because at this time I was technically under him too. Like I was one of his subsidiary like agents, and he's sitting there just listening to Oscar shit talk me in front of all these agents, a group of agents. And then he was just like, and he told Oscar like, "Yo," like he called him out like straight up, and he's like, "Yo, if you got a problem, like you come to me directly. Like don't announce it to everybody. Like if my agents are not doing a good job or whatever, you come to me." And Oscar's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "No, you're a piece of shit." And he told him to go fuck himself and leave. And then Oscar eventually left that conversation there, but. Jason, he told me like, yeah, he's like, this guy was saying all this stuff, but he, if he had a problem, he could have just come to me. But when I told him something, like he just backed down. So he backed down after that. But then once the conversation changed from me, it went over to the agency that I used to be with. Again, I won't say with. And then there was like, yeah, and then there was some agents who had left that organization because of they felt like, and when their time there was blatant like misogyny, racism, and all this other stuff. And that's what a lot of it, and that was like the rest of the arguments they were having. And at that point, I was no longer. Well, I was involved until a certain point. Like if you hear the full recordings, I'll say if I have them. I'm not Cheyenne has them. I'll send them to you. But like at the later part of it, I kind of get forgotten about, and then it becomes like about former agents of that brokerage and then that brokerage, like the issues there.
Yeah, that's a lot of
So
a lot
that
of
was
drama shit.
Yeah, that was a different thing at that point. At that point, that
But
was
on your part, where is it at now? Obviously, you got the 3 deals closed.
Yeah,
Cheyenne
I'm good.
posted this whole thing, like basically like exposing this man.
Yeah.
I kind of felt bad for him, but at the same time, I was like, damn, bro, it looks like you did this to yourself.
He did. That's the thing. No, I don't agree with her posting it. I even like.
Yeah, that was a lot, bro.
I did it, but
like, is that even legal? Like, that's like blackmail, kind of.
That's not blackmail. It's.
She had people in the comments saying like, "Yo, where you at? I'm gonna pull up on you. You better pay her money." Hey,
Yeah,
bro, you ain't paid yet.
Like, he still hasn't paid, and he won't. He even said he won't pay.
What is So like where did it stand? Like, are y'all still cool? Is he like?
No, I don't. He blocked me. He blocked me on
his-
everything.
His organization had to hear it and get back to him and be like, "Yo,
They spoke to her. They spoke to her about it, and she said.
He probably tried to ask her to remove the post, didn't he?
Yes, the main guy. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
the main guy.
course,
The main guy.
Of course.
Because they're family friends. Her and the main guy. Her dad and them are friends.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so he kind of tried to be like, oh, you know how we're longtime friends, but she didn't take it down. She just said, I won't talk about it anymore. That's all she said. She said, until he pays me, which he hasn't. And then he said, oh yeah, he's not going to pay you. Like, straight up, he's not going to pay you. Which, if I was his position, I would have. Well, first of all, I'm not stupid like that. But if I was in his position, I would have paid, knowing who I'm going up against. Like, this person who has a large following can easily, like.
That's the part that I was like, dang, bro, because she could, with a following like that, like, she could, like, if she really wanted to, like, she could bring, like, his business down.
Yeah. Well, see, that is when you do kind of go into some potential legal issues, though.
Right.
But the problem is that he really did start a lot. He started against me in a public setting already.
Yeah.
Like, making claims that were not true. But I wasn't gonna do anything about it. I was just like, all right, we just want to do business together. That's it. Like, I was cool with him, but I worked with him strictly for business purpose. I thought he was a good loan officer. He explained numbers to my clients, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep sending him there but I mean, it wasn't exclusive to my clients, and that's the one thing. But it was a double standard because he could send out leads to other agents, but I couldn't do it. If I did it, he got upset. But if he could send them to, like, his girl, to other agents, and there was no issue. So clearly there was a double standard. Now, obviously, lenders can send. I'm not saying that lenders cannot send leads to whoever they want. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that he got upset when I did it. Is what I'm saying.
Right.
It's a double
obviously,
standard.
if your wife is on the other side of the deal, which being the realtor, like, in my head, that just makes sense. Like, let's just keep all this in house. Like, I'm gonna.
Yeah. So he would send a lot of it to her, but I didn't get upset because he did that. Because I was like, why would I get upset? But he got upset if I did it, and I was like.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. Like I said, I didn't really get upset. I messaged him. He sent me an apology after. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't really an apology. It was a half-assed one. He said everything he said was true, but he was upset that he said it in such an aggressive way. But he didn't take accountability for what he said, which wasn't true.
Is he still at that same organization?
Yes, he became the president of loan management or something like that.
At the same organization?
Mm-hmm.
Dang, I wonder, is that because somebody left or he just got the spot?
Who knows? I mean, I haven't spoke to him since that. I didn't block him either at that point, only like the phone, but I told him I'll unblock you after, just that when you're not drunk. He blocked me on everything, completely cut me off entirely, everything.
Dang.
And then his girl messaged me a few months after saying like, oh, he was your friend, all this other stuff. I never responded. I just didn't respond because at that point, when Cheyenne posted about it, when she posted like I actually closed and everything, they owed the money.
I thought she was like gonna try to squabble with Cheyenne.
Cheyenne would.
They both would, low key.
Well, no, she was upset at first. I remember I told her, oh, just ignore her. Like, just ignore her.
Yeah,
because she was getting a little bit pressed about it, but I was just like, from what I remember, I told Shannon, just let it go, because I was like, it ain't even really worth it. I'm like, it ain't that serious. Yeah. And plus, that woman, I'm not gonna say her name. I'm not saying that woman as a derogatory. I'm just saying that, not to say her name. has no involvement in this. There's absolutely no reason why she should have messaged me at all about it, and she has like, absolutely no involvement. Her man being in it is not her being in it. So about her even commenting or anything, it's completely irrelevant. But I understand why she would want to do it. You know, she was with him. But again, logically, it makes no absolute sense for her to do what she did at all. Because she wasn't involved.
That shit's basically swept under the rug. He just hasn't paid yet. Life goes on. Business keeps on going.
Yeah, I mean, and then it altered my business. If anything, it actually brought me some people to actually. I
bet it's like, oh, let's prove this guy wrong. I need to buy a house, bro.
Yeah, some people like the idea. They asked me about it, and I said every time, and I'll say it here, I'll say it publicly, I'll say it privately. I didn't agree with how Cheyenne posted and everything. I don't have problems with that man's, but he had problems with me. And I'm not gonna be like, I'm not one of those people who doesn't like to take accountability. Like if I do something wrong, I'll be like, yeah, I do something wrong. I mean, sometimes I don't notice when I do things that are wrong, but if I notice it, which usually I try to. I mean, you know what, too? I think you've known me at least long enough and talked to me long enough to know, like, I'm not just going to be someone who's, like, straight up egoistic person. Be like, oh, I'm never wrong. Or some other stuff. Like, but yeah, since then, business has grown. And it's on track to continue to grow. But it's also, it is also, you know, I've been in it for a few years now. And I learned a lot about how to do business and how humans work. So
yeah, that's good, bro. I'm glad to see. I remember when we
there's
first.
There's a lot more to it. There's a lot more to it.
I'm sure there now, but
we can talk about it later on if you want.
we can run it back either in private or we can do this.
Yeah,
again.
there's some messages on there like. Yeah, he said.
And I'm really not even like concerned about it. I just brought it up because
I mean it's interesting.
It is a little interesting, and like me being away, like I used to work with all of you guys, so like just seeing like it's like, damn, bro, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, and I mean, it caught me by surprise too. And I just, whoever saw it caught me by surprise. Not too much, because I always felt like he was kind of like that for whatever reason. Hence why I never got really close to him, because I always did feel like he was kind of like would do things for his own sake. But even then, I was like, why does that matter to me? I only want to use you because I think you're a pretty good lender. So I didn't have problems with that, because I was like, I mean, we would talk about like some casual things and whatnot, but I never revealed too much about myself, because right away I noticed, oh yeah, this guy cares more about his own self-interest. Why do I don't know where I got that idea from. I think it's just based on experience, like intuition of experience of like knowing, just, you know, being alive so many years, and also being in an industry where you have to learn how to read people too. I think that's what it is. Like I've talked to so many people that you learn how you know certain people kind of 100% behave, and you know the kind of like the way to try to hide like their emotions with their facial, like a bunch of stuff, a lot of, you know, expressions. But for whatever reason, I felt like that was the case, and so I never tried to get close with him, because I always felt like, oh yeah, this guy at any given moment would do me wrong.
Yeah.
And I mean, again, that's what I wasn't too shocked.
Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up to like get you riled up or anything.
You good.
It was just from afar, and I was like,
"No, it's interesting." That's it. It's interesting.
Situation.
No, it's interesting.
Life moves on now, and you're selling houses in Michigan. He's doing his thing. Like it's all good.
Yeah. So like I said, I still don't have any issues, demands. He still hasn't paid up though. So if you see this, bro, you got to pay up. Essentially. You gotta pay up, bro. Like make a bet, at least pay up.
So just before we get out of here, just for anybody listening, like that's thinking about, I just want like some piece of like tangible, like, you know, productive information that somebody can take away. So you like, what is your recommendation of like somebody that wanting to get started into real estate? You've done it from zero to deal. Like what, like from your experience, what is that thing that like switched for you to get like to see the track of success?
It's a hard question to answer.
Did you do anything different in your business? Like, did you step up the content game? Was it the company that you were working under?
No, honestly, the companies that you work with, they can help you, but I found for me personally, they never helped. So if someone wants to become a real estate agent or real estate investor or a real estate, there's so many, real estate is a huge industry. So I would say, if you want to be an agent, well, talk to a few agents and really see and study kind of what it is to be an agent. If it matches your personality type and your strengths, like your personality strengths. If you're someone who is very, very shy, probably don't become a real estate agent, but you can become a real estate investor, or you can become a lender, or you can become something else in real estate because real estate is huge, or you can get into development or, something like that. Now, if you want to be an agent, I would first literally sit down and evaluate your personality strengths and your weaknesses in your personality, whatever you deem that what those are. Everyone it can be different. For me, right away, this is something I did actually too before I started, because I was like, well, I want to make sure I get into something that at least know I have a winning, a more of a winning chance to actually be productive and profitable. And so when I got into it, I knew pretty quickly, oh yeah, it's gonna be for me, because of the type of personality that I have. And I'm very ambitious, and I'm very driven by I don't need quote unquote motivation. I don't need people constantly telling me to do things. I'll do it because I just want to. I have that personality trait of perseverance, and I get that from the way I grew up. But if you're someone who maybe isn't as like that, maybe you're more into the you like the networking side of it, right? That could also be a strength. Again, I would say the biggest piece before even deciding if you want to be an agent is just what are your personality strengths or weaknesses, and decide and then from there, then look into it specifically. Because people have spoken to me before, a lot actually. They see me oh, how did you get into real estate, and all, kind of similar to what you asked me. And then once they have a discussion with me, and then I actually had them break down their traits, they realize, oh yeah, never mind, they're probably ain't for me. But then I tell them well, there's no right or wrong way how to conduct a real estate business. As long as the end goal is, as long as you sell real estate, that's pretty much the goal of it. Right. Sell real estate, that's the goal. So just think about it. There's one outcome, right? Selling it, making money off of it. But this is more math, because I try to do the math of the probability of it. But possibility. There is literally infinity ways how you can run your business. So there's no right or wrong way to how to do it. Mm-hmm. Just make sure you follow the laws, obviously. As long as you do the basic requirements of legal ways, everything else, there's no right or wrong way how to do it.
Right. Do it with your own flavor, your own sauce. How do you manage juggling your real estate business and your video production business?
Outsourcing is the biggest thing. Contracting for production. For video production, I contract other smaller or other companies or people who have experience in production. For example, real estate shoots. I have this one guy. He has his own LLC also, and just have him do it. I get a certain percentage. He gets a percentage. Goes out there, does the work, edits it too. So I get a small kind of a finder's fee in a way, and that way I still have it going. But yeah, with being in real estate, and I have to outsource it. Biggest thing is outsourcing it.
So you don't focus much on the video stuff anymore?
Personally, if someone comes to me, I still do outreach and look for clients, but then I outsource it to someone else. So I still do work. I do work for finding clients, that I still do. And I still do editing. Some clients they want me specifically, and if they want me to edit it, well, I'm just gonna have to charge you a lot more. But most of it I try to outsource it, and it's outsourced through the LLC, so it's run through that. The one I have, the infinity angle, it's run through there. Mm-hmm. So that's how I manage it. And same with real estate, I'm starting to outsource it more. So I have other people help me with the social media side of it and whatnot. Because if you're trying to scale it, you have to outsource. Because you alone are only one person with so many limited resources. Just pay the other people to help you. If someone is oh, I don't want to waste the money. The one person you said, the $2,000, they could have outsourced social media to you. But now they're probably losing thousands and thousands of dollars of profit, their opportunity cost, basically, for not outsourcing it to you because they didn't see the value in it. Right. So don't be a cheap ass bitch. Literally, just don't be a cheap ass bitch.
Walmart, the owner of Walmart, it's not like he's the only one running Walmart. Like in order to scale, you need to hire employees.
You need to outsource. That's the biggest thing. That's what I do. I outsource. That's how I juggle it. So it's
good,
like you build a team. I have a team of a website developer. We're working on making a website for the real estate one. That one should come out actually later this year. And we started it from scratch, like all that.
Hell yeah.
I have a social media. I have 3 people social media for like marketing. Who know how algorithms work, and then like I pay them and they help me like monetize and boost it. Like they help me get monetized on YouTube and stuff, and they help me grow. And then I have someone who once in a while, they're not as much recently, but they used to help me edit all my videos before. I'm looking probably for another. I don't know, I'll probably go back to them still, but they just got a little bit busy. And then
are they like, is this local people or this people you're finding remote?
Yeah,
like Fiverr or something.
Well, so this person who edited, they're my friend from England. They live in England. I've known them for years, and I taught them how to edit and everything. I taught them how to edit specifically so they could like help me, and they wanted to learn, so I helped them. And then the other people I met them. Okay, so one of them I met him.
I got like probably any second now because this call should be coming through at 9:30.
Let me finish.
Maybe we should
just
just wrap. Oh yeah. Make it quick.
Okay, this can be.
You're long-winded, bro. Shit.
Yeah. So this one person, I met them through a mutual. So this one guy, he's really big on Twitch. I met the guy who helped promote him on Twitch. And I met the guy I met like 4 people. It's kind of complicated how it works. But then I met the guy who did the actual marketing, and then he has helped me market a lot more. But he does charge like straight up a lot more. But the results you get, he helped this guy get a few million followers, like on Twitch.
On Twitch?
Yeah, and he does it on other platforms. Again, a lot of these people are not Americans. So any Americans like America only, go screw yourself. Because a lot of the people who know how to do stuff are not here. They're international. This guy's from Spain. These people are from Spain.
You stream on Twitch?
I stopped. Actually,
dang, bro.
I need to go back. But there's a whole discussion. It's a whole different discussion about it. So.
It's coming through. I gotta head out.
Good. All right, peace out.
I appreciate you for tapping in. We're gonna lock in again soon, bro. Believe it.
Got to. All right,
man. I'll see you.
Yeah, take care.